Well, then you had some excitement there for a while, huh?
It was a long night, man.
You know, if you ever need a trailer, I've got one too.
Oh, cool. A car hauler?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy-duty car hauler, but...
Yeah. Cool. A half ton can pull it, though. We took his his 1 ton, but okay.
I've got a diesel too if you need it.
Okay. Hopefully I won't. We're going to bring that Hyundai back and sell it.
Are you really?
Yeah, just wait.
Welcome to Badger football action on KMTI AM 650. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you as we bring you tonight's great matchup between two top 5 teams, the number 2 Iowa Western Reivers and the number 5 Snow College Badgers. Greg, it's been a while since we've been on the air. The Badgers been on the road for a while. They eked out some close wins, a 15-6 win and an overtime 36-3. It's good to be back at Badger Stadium.
Yeah, that was a fun one last week for you and Nate Johnson on that one. You've been on the air. It's just we haven't been on the air together. It hasn't been here in Ephraim. But yeah, that was a fun one last week. And Snow pulled out a victory in overtime on the back of Spencer Lambert.
Oh, boy. He had an amazing game. In fact, 2 great games in a row. He played really well at Dodges as well. He had 2 fumbles at Georgia Military. Other than that, a great game. And what can you say? He got into the end zone. They wouldn't have been there without him. So, and that's what Coach talked to him about. Hey, don't hang your head. We wouldn't have been here without you.
Yep.
So the 2 fumbles did hurt. He was on his way to icing the win, picking up that second touchdown, and just switching hands, and somebody from behind got a hand on it and knocked it away.
Well, and you come away with the victory. You've got some things you know you can work on. If you're Mr. Lambert there, you work on them, you get better, but you can also hang your hat on 148 yards and a couple of touchdowns as well. So
right, and he ran so hard, as he does, and we're going to be able to see A.J. Tillman again today, I hope. So hopefully those players are back. Hiram Boren, I haven't had a chance to look out on the field and see if he's suited up. If they can go without him, I think they will. He pulled a hamstring last week before the walkthrough, or during the walkthrough before we left on Friday.
Just in a walkthrough. That's
just in a walkthrough, yeah.
That's frustrating.
So kind of a bad deal there. So welcome to the Snow College pregame show, and a reminder that Snow College has assembled the best quality, most affordable, and flexible offerings in online education. And we're going to be back with the interview with head coach Coach Erikson when we come back. Visit snow.edu for more information.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah.
Welcome back to the Snow College pregame show with head coach Zach Erikson. And Coach, finding ways to win. Congratulations again this last week. Probably a lot closer than you wanted and maybe expected, but again, great job coming up with a way to win the game.
Yeah, I think you go through that game, and I actually think we probably went in expecting kind of a dogfight because they do some things really well. But then you jump out to a 17-0 lead, and you're like, well, okay, we're good, we got this. And I don't know if our guys got complacent. And I don't think they did. I don't think they got complacent. I think we obviously made some errors defensively. Like, really, it was really 2 plays that changed the tide of the game. It was the big 60-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, and then their trick play, both of which we had correct calls called. We just didn't execute them. And so those were kind of the big game changers. And then we kind of did stall out there in the third quarter offensively, but we did a good job of getting back on the board. And I was, like you said, scoring more than they did when it was all said and done. And our defense did a great job in overtime of keeping them to a field goal, especially they got down early. I mean, that first or second play, they got down to like the 10 or 11-yard line. And
first and goal.
Yeah, and our defense did a really good job of buckling down and holding them to a field goal. And then, Tyreek, who is slowly getting more and more playing time, caught that crossing route, and we gave him a hard time that if he wouldn't have been so surprised that he caught it, he probably would have scored, because if you watch it on the tape, he catches it and he kind of looks around before he runs towards the end zone. And but no, it was a good job, good team effort, and like you said, we keep finding ways to win, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And so we're happy with getting out of there with the win.
Spencer Lambert, again, had a great game. He had one of the keys, and it probably won't show up in the stats, was when he picked up that first down, that needed first down, because he was hit way behind the line and just kept powering to pick that up.
Yeah, Spencer did have a great game, and Spencer, under other circumstances, probably would have gotten, on our game day awards, he probably would have gotten our game MVP. Had it not been for the 2 fumbles that he had, which really cost us. But for him to, kind of a breakout game for him. I mean, he scored 3 touchdowns and had 150 yards rushing, and did it in a way that at the right times, and his 1 touchdown run, he broke probably 6 tackles on his way to the end zone on like a 45-yard touchdown run. And so he had a great game, and he'll be the first to tell you how upset he was about putting the ball on the ground. That's not very much out of character for him. He hasn't had a fumble up to this point all season, and then to be able for him to put the ball on the ground twice was very upsetting to him, and he felt as though he let his teammates down. And I say, hey, Spencer, stuff happens, man. I mean, it's football, and obviously we don't want those things to happen, but you can't beat yourself up about it, because look at what else you did, right? I mean. But it was very interesting to see there wasn't much. He scored the game-winning touchdown, and there wasn't much celebration from him, because he felt like, man, it shouldn't even gotten to this point, especially on that long run that he broke towards the end of the fourth quarter, where if we don't put that ball on the ground, we never make it into overtime. But again, either way, he played a great game, and he always plays hard like that, and so. He was huge in helping us get the win. So it was good to see him kind of have that kind of a game.
And we talked about this on the postgame out in Georgia. How big is it to have a kicker this year that you can count on, and you've got confidence in saying, we're going for it?
Yeah, Casey has been awesome since he took over the job in week 3, I believe. He has been I don't think he's – no, I'm not going to say that. But he's been really good. He's been really good for us, and it's – I'm aggressive by nature, and so there are still going to be times that I'm going to go for it. Right. But now it's not because I don't think we can make it. It's because I think we need to score 7 points instead of 3 points. Right. And but I mean, those 2 field goals he made obviously were huge in the outcome of that game, and it's been fun to see his confidence grow and his teammates' confidence in him grow, we're excited to keep him getting better, because this is his first year really doing this, and he's handling all 3 for us. He's doing field goal, extra points, he's punting, and he's doing the kickoffs, and so he and us are learning how to build all that into his time that he spends and what he's doing on working on his craft. And so but he's got the perfect mental capacity for being a big time successful kicker, and I'm glad he's on our team.
That's terrific. So have you watched the film? I just have one question. I hate to put you on the spot with this, but on the extra point that they missed, did somebody get a hand on that? Because it kind of looked like it, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I thought that they did, and we actually didn't. We actually did not. They just kind of shanked it, and Jake Butter's hand was close, and that was why I thought he had got his hand on it. But on the tape, it doesn't quite look like he actually got his hand on it. So, hey, we'll take it.
Maybe some divine intervention, because they missed a field goal and an extra point, and that really comes down to the difference.
Yes, yeah, especially the extra point. The extra point was huge. Yeah. So
Okay, Coach, well, we put that behind us, a win, and unfortunately you don't have any time to really relish the win at all. You've got the number 2 team in the nation coming in and the defending national champs, and we'll talk about that when we come back on the Snow College pregame show. A reminder that Snow College has put together the finest online education available. Visit snow.edu for more information.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's a perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Gary Chedister along with Zach Erikson. And Coach, Iowa Western, that's, I don't know what else to say. The matchups between Snow College and Iowa Western have been really amazing. There's been one blowout, and I hesitate to even use the term blowout, but one easy win, and all the rest are 1- and 2-point victories. And we've talked about the fact that whoever wins this game has been playing for the national championship.
You're exactly right. And we've taken maybe a little different approach this week. This is the first time probably that I've actually said Iowa Western this week. We've really tried to push the focus on us and to focus on the things that we're doing and our skill and our schemes and our technique, because if we do the things that we're capable of doing, I don't think it matters who we're playing. We can be the best team in the country, and we've had some growing pains, and as we're a young team, but like I told our guys on Monday, we're not a young team anymore, right? We were in week 1, but we're not anymore. We're 5 games into this, and you guys that were young guys in week 1 have now gotten 5 games under your belt, and they've been games that you've had to win, scoring 15 points in the last 10 minutes of a game. It's been an overtime game. It's defeating a New Mexico military team that's very good, a year and a half removed from winning a national championship, and a team that ran us off the field last year. And so you're not, and you took it on the chin in week 1. Like, you've been beat. So we're not a young team anymore. And so the focus this week, obviously we study and learn about our opponent, and we do everything that we can to prepare for them. But I think we've tried to maybe shift the focus this week from Snow versus Iowa Western to Snow versus Snow. Like, what can we do and how can we compete against ourselves every single day to make sure that when we go out there Saturday, we can play to the best of our abilities and that we can play free. We've simplified some things because of what Western does. They're a team that is not very difficult schematically, but what they do, they just do very well. And so they have really good players that can just make plays from base alignments and base calls. And so we've tried to simplify our game plan so that our guys, I mean, we're only going to run 4 run schemes this entire, that we haven't touched anything else. And that's really sharpening our focus onto executing those simple things and executing to as high of a level as we can. I will say this is probably one of Western's more talented defenses, and maybe not as talented. I don't even want to say that. Their quarterback is not as talented as they've had in the past. And, the kids they've had playing quarterback for them in the past have really been difference makers. And I don't think this guy is on that level as the guys they've had in the past. And so we got a plan to kind of get after him and try to rattle him. And I think if we can do that, their offense still rolls through their quarterback. And I think if we can rattle him, I think that'll give us a really good opportunity to kind of make some plays there on the defensive side. And our defense has been really good this year. I mean, you look at it, right, and it's frustrating because Coach Pulo will be the first one to tell you they can't give up the big plays. But outside of 4 plays this whole season, our defense has been really good. It was the big pass at Trinity Valley there on their last drive. And then it's the quarterback run against Georgia Military. It's the trick play against Georgia Military. And it's kind of like, that's about it, And so if we can keep the quarterback bottled up, and then if we can just get our jobs done on the offensive side of the ball, because like I said, we're simplifying.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Gary Chedester, champions, number 2 in the nation.
That if we could keep the focus on us as much as possible, and not really buy into the hype, of what they are and who they are, then I think we can be successful. And I mean, who knows? I mean, the last time we beat them, they were number 2 in the country too. So maybe that bodes well for us.
All right, Coach. One last thing here before we wrap it up. I know the offense has kind of taken some hits of late. Hiram Boren went out last week in walkthrough on Friday morning. A.J. Tillman got hit pretty hard, and he wasn't able to finish the game against Georgia. And you've got Ethan Wood, who went out with a knee injury the week before. So what's the status of some of these players, and where are we at?
Yeah. So unfortunately, we have lost Ethan for the season. He did tear his ACL, and we'll be going in for surgery next week. And that's a huge blow for us. I don't think it's any secret that Ethan was a huge part of our offense. Not even just a huge part of our offense, he was a huge part of our team. One of our captains was really poised to have a breakout season this year. Ethan, this is how good Ethan was. Ethan is still going to pull FBS scholarship offers probably within the next 4 or 5 days from schools, because they know the potential that he has. And so he's out, which is a bummer for us, and we'll feel that. Samson has done a good job coming along in replacement of Ethan. And so as he's taken more reps during the week, we really think, he can really step in and fill that void. Hiram is still day-to-day. Hiram will be back at some point. We don't know when that will be. This week, I would say doubtful. I wouldn't say out. I would say doubtful for this week. He is getting better and better every single day, and so we'll keep our fingers crossed. But I wouldn't count on him this week. Maybe by some miracle he could get out there, which would be huge for us. And then AJ's good to go. AJ was actually, as we kind of got more information on that, more of a precautionary holdout at Georgia Military. And so he's been practicing all week and looked great, and he'll be ready to go on Saturday. So
good. And then, unfortunately, on the defensive side, we lost a cornerback, and I talked to Coach Pulo on that. Yeah, Trammell, and that's a tough one too.
Trammell's probably our best corner, and so losing him at Georgia Military was, heartbreaking, because he was playing really, really well this season, and so we're gonna have some different guys playing back there. We will get David Sturzer back, who is also one of our captains. Sturz could have played at Georgia Military. We just felt that the risk really wasn't worth the reward in pushing him that soon with the high ankle sprain, and so he could have played, and I ended up ultimately making that decision, and he took it well, but as any competitor would, right? He wanted to be there, but he's back, and we'll go. He'll start for us again this Saturday, and we'll be glad to have him back, and so hopefully, that will. It's a bummer, right? You lose one starter and you get another starter back, and you just kind of play that. And that's kind of the world of college football, and especially junior college football. It's a battle of attrition. Who can stay healthy the longest? Because these top junior college programs, we're all really good with our starters, and then the question becomes, who has the better backups, right? And because it's hard to, it's not like a Division I program where you got 85 full ride scholarships and your backups are as good as your starters in some cases, and I don't think that's the case in junior college football. And so I'm sure Western's beat up just like we're beat up. I mean, they've and I say this cautiously because they are a very good football team, but they could have been beat 3, if not 4 times already this year, and the ball kind of just bounced their way. And so, it's a great game. It's my favorite game of the year. Their head coach, Scott Strohmeyer, he and I are great friends, and it's fun to be able to have a respected rivalry, right? It's not nasty. It's not, we're not cussing each other out and all. I mean, Scott and I will talk 10, 12 times throughout the year, and we agree on a lot of things. And so this is definitely the game that every time it gets put on the schedule, I kind of have that circled in the back of my head, and I'm, like you said, I'm not one to shy away from it. I've lost 6 games now. 3 of them have been to them, and I'm 1-4 against them. And so, there's that desire and that drive to really want to beat them. And like you said, the winner of this game has played in the national championship the last 3 years. And so, it's such a fun game to play because there is so much at stake, and the teams are both really good, and we know each other so well, and so it's kind of like, all right, we'll see what happens. And so I can't wait to get the ball up in the air and get this thing going. I'm ready.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck to you, and we'll talk to you after another Badger win.
Sounds good. Thanks, Gary.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Wait, guys, you forgot your helmets!
Hi, I'm Ben Pipes. I've been working in the emergency department with the trauma team for the past 9 years. In this geographical part of the western United States, we have the 4th highest traumatic brain injury hospitalization rate in the country for children. When riding off-road vehicles, please ensure that everybody is wearing a helmet and other safety gear. Ride an ATV that is appropriate for your age and skill set. Take a hands-on ATV safety course. Children between the ages of 8 and 16 or without a driver's license should be certified.
And welcome back once again to Badgers Stadium. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. Number 2, Iowa Western taking on number 5, Snow College Badgers. And we are having the national anthem. We're going to take this opportunity for another timeout. We'll be back as soon as the anthem is over.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in San Pete County. They are Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I'm Jay.
And welcome back once again. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. We've had the national anthem. We've had the pregame interview with head coach Coach Erikson. And one thing, Greg, that you weren't able to hear that I do like, in years past, it seems like when you play a big team, you talk always about the big team, right? You got to beat the Reivers. It's the Reivers. They're number 2 in the nation, defending national champs. This year, the Badgers have taken kind of a different look at it, and it's all about Snow College.
Yeah.
You know, we got to do what we got to do, and I like that focus. And instead of focusing on what is happening on the other side of the field, focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a great mindset for Coach Erikson. You know, you lost that first game to a ranked team, to Trinity Valley, and you've ran off 4 straight wins after that. Keep doing what you've been doing and try and get this upset over the number 2 ranked Iowa Western Reivers.
Georgia Military is still receiving votes. They picked up their second loss in that loss to the Badgers this last week in overtime. Dodge City has continued to play pretty well until I think it was, today they ran into a buzzsaw with Hutchinson, who's the number 1 team in the nation, 46-10 the final there. Garden City defeated Independence. Badgers will be playing Garden City in the second to the last game of the year. Garden City 27, Independence 23. Highland defeated Ellsworth 32-0. In some other scores that have already, this one's not quite over, 5 minutes still remaining. Lackawanna beating Monroe 41-18. The Badgers will play both of those teams. Lackawanna is nationally ranked right now as well. Copia Lincoln defeated Coahoma 20-6. This one should be underway, but I don't see a score yet. Tyler and New Mexico Military. Tanner Jacobson, former Snow College coach, is the head coach down at Tyler, and he's taking on New Mexico Military tonight. Hudson Valley defeated Erie 14-12. And DuPage over Community Christian in Michigan 17-6. And one other score. Well, I thought I had one other one. Well, I guess not. So those are some of the other games that are going on. None of them as big as this one here tonight with number 2 Iowa Western and number 5 Snow College Badgers.
And these two teams, they've played each other quite a few times. This is the 8th meeting, I think, since 2012. The Reivers hold a 5-2 advantage over the Badgers. Last time they played here, if I remember right, the Reivers came away with the victory last time here, right?
Yeah. It was a close game.
17-14, I think it was.
Yeah, and there's only been really 1, maybe 2 blowouts in the matchups here between these two teams. There's been 1-point losses, 2-point losses, 3-point losses. So these two teams have a really good matchup with each other. They have similar programs, and there's a lot of respect, I know, with Coach Erikson for Iowa Western.
Yeah, these two teams played each other in the playoffs a few years back, the 1-4 matchup, and that was an overtime game out in Council Bluffs.
Badgers went for 2 and came up short and lost it by 2.
30-29, would have moved on to the national championship game with a win there, but Iowa Western did what they needed to do. But two teams that have had a lot of success, as you mentioned, Iowa Western, defending national champions, defeated Hutchinson last year in the national championship game, and then 2 years ago actually were second place against New Mexico Military. So they've made it to the national championship games 2 years in a row, and they're just a program that knows how to win. Coach Strohmeyer have been there for 15 years, 136 wins, a couple of national championships for him. Got a good coaching staff that knows what they're doing out in Council Bluffs.
And one of the bigger things that doesn't even show up there, 15 seasons at the same place, that's incredible. Not too many JC coaches are willing to do that, and not too many JC coaches do that.
Yeah.
But he's been able to keep most of his assistants as well. Yeah. And it looks like the Reivers are going to receive. And Greg, you might ask, what is a Reaver? Gary, what is a Reiver?
I'm glad you tell me. You're going to tell me.
So you are asking me?
Gary, what is a Reiver?
A Reiver is a river pirate.
Okay. I'm guessing Council Bluffs is on a river.
It is.
Is it Mississippi? I'm trying to think of my map. It wouldn't be Mississippi. Gary doesn't know. Gary's been out there.
I have been out there. Are you sure it's not the Mississippi?
Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm thinking of my geography.
The Mississippi? I think it's the Mississippi.
All right.
But a Reiver is a river pirate.
There you go.
All right.
And a badger is a fierce animal that will take off your leg if you let it.
With sharp claws.
There you go.
Oh, it's good to be back. It is good to be back.
It's good to be back at home. I'll tell you, these two teams, a couple of good defenses here. Both teams holding their opponents to around 15 or 16 points a game. Not best overall team that Snow has faced so far this year, but definitely the best defense they've faced this year as well. So this will be a fun one. Two teams that a couple of years when you and I did that game that Iowa Western won 17-14. Got a little hot there at the end, if you remember right.
I do remember.
At the very end. And, obviously in junior college where you've only got kids for a couple of years, it's a whole new team out there. But they're two teams that have a lot of pride, and they want to smack the other team in the mouth. So I'm excited for this one.
Well, and one of the other things that we talked about in the pregame with head coach Zach Erikson, the last 4 years, the winner of this game has gone to the national championship.
Right. Yep.
So the Badgers will kick it off, and the Reivers back deep to receive. And the Badger defense will come out on the field first. Line drive kick is going to go way over the head into the back of the end zone, and the Reivers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offenses are a little bit different. Snow throws the ball a little bit more than the Reivers do, and you never know if that's because, do the Reivers have a big lead over teams, and so they run the ball a little bit more. They average about 190 yards per game rushing, do the Reivers, to 125 passing. Snow, on the other hand, 225 passing, 155 rushing.
Well, talking to Coach Zach Erikson, both the offensive line for the Reivers and the defensive line for the Reivers, very big, very strong. And they go with two tight ends right here. And hand off on the very first play, and trying to find a bit of a hole, and finding a hole. Out for a gain of about 4 yards on the carry is Bryant Williams.
Yeah, just was patient there, let his blocks develop, kind of looked like he maybe wanted to get to the outside there, wasn't open, so he just let his blocks develop, get 4 yards on first down.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Man in motion is Nate Sullivan. Back to pass are the Reivers. Reivers going down the sidelines, good coverage out there. And overthrown, incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, just a little bit of hand fighting out there with the Reiver receiver and Alex Clark for the Badgers. Just running with him. Like I say, a little bit of hand fighting, not letting him get that separation, the Reiver receiver. It was a well-thrown ball. Good tight spiral by the Reiver quarterback Hunter Watson.
Jordan Johnson, the intended receiver there. And Clark is, you mentioned, in at quarterback, replacing Tremel Wright, who was injured last week. So a big 3rd down on the first possession. Flags fly quickly. Illegal procedure. Instead of 3rd and 6, it's going to be 3rd and 11.
So who'd you say Clark is filling in for?
Trammell Wright,
Yeah, so
who
Trammell
got
Wright
injured last week.
Yeah, and they were high on him here.
Very.
From so that's a disappointment if you're a Badger fan, but Alex Clark did a great job there on that first pass play against him, trying to pick on him, maybe knowing that he's new.
Well, he's going to have his hands full. He's got 6'2", 195-pound wide receiver, redshirt sophomore, so he's given up about 5 inches there. Back to pass, pump fake, going to run it now, getting the first down and more, still on his feet, breaks a tackle, down the sidelines into Badger territory, and a nice run by the quarterback Hunter Watson to pick up the first.
That was one where the defensive backs maybe could have left their receiver to go try and make a play, but they didn't dare leave because it was right before the quarterback passed the line of scrimmage, and that just left a wide open field for quarterback Hunter Watson.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Under some pressure again is Watson. Watson steps up in the pocket and gets close to back to the line of scrimmage. He was under a lot of pressure, but he's still able to slip away from Easton Cook.
He did slip away from Easton Cook. Easton Cook didn't quit on the play and then was able to get the sack. Only about a 2-yard loss that time. It would have been 5 or 6 yards, but still a good job by Easton Cook to stay with the play and make the sack.
2nd down and 12. Badgers shift defensively. It's going to be a run play to the near side. Turning the corner and getting upfield, picking up about 5 yards to the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Alex Clark, we've called his name now twice, laid the lumber at the end of that. If you watch this replay here, he made that running back fill it. Bryant Williams, the running back, sophomore running back for the Reivers. The smaller cornerback there, Clark, delivering a little bit of punishment along the sideline.
Another big 3rd down here. Watson, single running back in the backfield, brings a man in motion from left to right. Watson back to pass, got a crossing route over the middle, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Nice hit by the Badgers. Who was that came up with the hit? Was
Elijah Wilson?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Big hit.
Yeah, Elijah Wilson. He separated the receiver from the ball. I still don't think it would have been a first down, but still a nice hit to not allow the completion. Make the Reivers punt, not even give them the idea to go for it.
So 4th and 7 here from the Badger 46-yard line, and they are in punt formation, are the Reivers. Badgers come with a rush. A high, not a very long kick. It does take a Reaver bounce and goes out of bounds inside the 20. And they're going to mark it at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that it looked like it was going to be a short punt, but you can tell that was exactly what they wanted to do. The punter wanted to directional kick that toward the sideline so there was no return, and it took a big Reaver bounce. It probably took, probably 15 yards or so.
I think it did easy.
Yeah.
So the Badgers' first possession is going to start here at their own 12-yard line. And Lambert is going to be the running back in the backfield. And Donovan Smith in shotgun formation. The Badgers go with 2 wideouts, one to the left, one to the right. And now we're having... the referee was taking his time getting back out on the field. And now they'll start the clock. So Donovan Smith in shotgun formation, one to the left, one to the right for wide receivers. 2 tight ends. High snap, handoff to Lambert. Lambert bounces it outside. Nice straight arm. He's to the 15, the 20. Nice hit, and he gets all the way out to the 30-yard line.
That's a fun one. I hope we can see that replay because he looked like he was bottled up in the backfield, and he just made that happen with his feet. Good blocking downfield from the receiver as well. That stiff arm, you love to see that. And then lays the punishment on a defender.
So the Badgers pick up a first down, and they're out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, 18-yard run there on first down by Spencer Lambert, picking up where he left off last week.
Donovan Smith back to pass. Right over the middle. Pass is going to be caught, and that is Jared Wilson.
I love little passes like that. Take what the defense gets you. Get, 8 yards, 7 yards there on first down. Just a quick little 2-step drop. Deliver it to your receiver where only he can catch it. Kind of low where he had to go down to get it, but where no Reaver hands could knock it down.
A.J. Tillman now in the backfield. The Badgers go with running back on either side of Donovan Smith on 2nd and 3. High snap again. Handoff to Tillman. Tillman, the right side. Tillman very close to the first down. I think he might have it.
Yeah. Looks like where that line judge is marking it right on the 40-yard line. They should be moving those sticks.
And they do.
Two runs by Spencer Lambert. 2 first downs by him.
And two good runs. Like you said, picked up where he left off last week. Badgers now go with an I formation. Lambert deep behind Donovan Smith. High snap again. But Smith comes down with it. Now he's under some pressure, runs play action, and tries to go out to Lambert and throws it wide. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a good idea right there. Donovan Smith rolling left, realizing he's going to run into a Reaver if he keeps going that direction. Flips the other way, realizes nobody's open, throws it to a spot that's empty, but, near an eligible receiver, so it's not intentional grounding, and just lived to play 2nd and 10 instead of 2nd and 15.
Badgers go with Stacks to the left and Stack to the right. And again, Lambert in the backfield.
You can get that ball out quickly to that receiver behind the front when you might be able to get some yardage. That second defensive back is clear far back.
Smith back to pass. Scrambles to the right. Throws downfield. And it's way over the head, incomplete. Intended out there for, who was that? Is that DJ Overstreet? Having a hard time seeing the numbers on that far side of the field.
I think it was Amir Magruder out there.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was similar to that first pass that the Reivers tried. Just a little hand fighting out there, probably a little bit too deep. If it would have been more on the money, maybe you would have saw a flag come out with the defensive back giving a little bit of a push to the Badger receiver, but where it was clear out of bounds. There was no way it was going to be caught.
2 wide out, split wide to the left, a single wide out to the right. Tight end on the right side of the formation. Smith back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, high, but the pass is caught by Wilson, and Wilson's got the first down. The Badgers move the chains and get the ball into Reaver territory.
Yeah, you need to do that against a top 5 team like that. There are times where you just need to move those sticks, like you mentioned, Gary, and Jared Wilson's been definitely one of the favorite targets of Donovan Smith this season.
Coming off the field is Samson Peaua, the tight end. Badgers have it 1st and 10 at the 46. Handoff to the Badgers. And that is going to be a gain of maybe 2 or 3.
There's some violence on that hit. Delivered and taken by Spencer Lambert. Only about a gain of 2, but he felt it. And so did the Reaver defender there.
I don't know. He's not. Lambert is not a huge kid, but I tell you what, he does not go down easy, and he's not afraid to dish out a little punishment.
And he's 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds when he hits that line of scrimmage.
Handoff again to Lambert. Lambert tries the middle of the field, bounces it to the outside, gets inside the 40. So a gain of maybe 4.5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That strong stiff arm got Spencer Lambert probably about 2 more yards on that one that he wouldn't have gotten without that strong stiff arm. So you can tell he's worked hard on that because we've seen it 2 or 3 times tonight already.
3 wide out, split wide to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield for Donovan Smith. 3rd and 4. Maybe in 2 down territory here. Donovan over the middle, going deep. Got DJ Overstreet out there. No, incomplete, overthrown.
Yeah, that was pretty good defense there by the Reaver defender, just running right with Overstreet, and the pass really didn't have much of a chance, a little bit too far. Donovan Smith has done a pretty good job this year, thrown for about 950 yards coming into this game. One thing I'd like to see him work on a little bit, completion percentage under 50%. You got to get that up a little bit to beat teams like Iowa Western.
Correction, it was Tyreek Carter, the intended receiver, and the Badgers will punt it away. Very high kick. Takes a beautiful Badger bounce.
Wow.
And it's going to be down at the 8-yard line. So the Badgers start at their 12, and now the Reivers will start at their own 8.
So both teams having 4th and manageable from around midfield, and both teams deciding to play that field position game and punt. and both punters doing exactly what they wanted to do to draw it up, pinning the other team deep. Snow started at the 12, as you mentioned, Gary, and here the Reivers will start at the 9-yard line.
Yep. Well, both teams struggling a little bit offensively, or maybe just kind of feeling each other out before trying something big.
On 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 like that, I would much rather see one of those quick little passes. If you're the Badgers, just move those sticks, not try to pass it all the way to the end zone.
I agree with you. Handoff in the backfield once again to Bryant Williams, and Williams is going to go down after no gain.
Yeah, great job by DeQueen Petty for the Badgers to bring down the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a little bit of a loss there.
So it'll be 2nd down. And we'll call it 10. Tight end moves from the left side of the formation to the right side. It's going to be a pass play going deep down the middle of the field and overthrown. Incomplete, intended out there for L.J. Fitzpatrick.
Both of those quarterbacks today just a little bit, maybe amped up a little bit, maybe a little too much. I was going to say Mountain Dew, but what are those snow? What do the college players drink? Some creatine or something. Probably a little bit too much of that this morning. A little bit too long on a lot of passes.
Do zeros like the old guys in the booth,
like me and you. We keep them in business for our Snow College games. We need a couple each, don't we?
We do. So 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. Trip split wide to the right. Play action. Hunter looking, going over the middle. Got a man out there, but overthrows him. Incomplete. Pass intended for Lucci Fidone.
That Snow defense doing what they needed to do. That was big. If we wouldn't have been talking about our do zero habits, I was going to bring up the fact that that's a huge chance for a stop right there for the Badgers. If you can catch this punt around midfield, you got Spencer Lambert moving up a little bit from midfield. I think if I was him, I'd probably move back 5 yards or so.
I hope he's not judging it on the last punt, because the last punt was intended to be short.
Yeah, and easier to run up on a punt than it is to run backwards, but we'll see.
High snap. Badgers with some pressure.
And Spencer knew what he was doing.
Lets it bounce, and it takes, again, a terrific Reivers bounce all the way out to the 49-yard line, but the Badgers will have good field position.
Yeah, terrific Reivers bounce. It bounced initially about the 35-yard line and again rolled for 15 or so yards there, but still, Badgers starting in Reivers territory. You can't ask for much more if you're Coach Zach Erikson here after these first couple of drives, especially from your defense. You can't ask much more, really. You had a QB broken play, got a bunch of yardage. Other than that, the Badger defense has played stellar so far.
Badgers come out. Again, good field position. Hudson Miller is stepped up into that number 2 tight end position with the absence of Wood.
That's a big loss.
Very big.
Yep.
Coach Zach Erikson saying that Wood's probably still going to get some D1 offers. That's how good he is.
Yeah, just the size alone. Looks like a D1 tight end.
Smith, quick pass out in the flats. It's going to pick up about 8 yards maybe.
Was that to that tight end? Who?
I think it is.
Number that.
The
tight
it
end
is.
You were calling 45, Hudson Miller there that you just mentioned. He's another kid, 6'4", 250, out of Bishop Gorman High School in Vegas.
A.J. Tillman into the ball game for the Badgers. Badgers are going to go with trips stacked to the left.
That's an interesting formation out here near to us.
And the Reivers slow coming up.
Kind of have 4 defensive backs over here defending those 3 Badger receivers.
Well, they're definitely playing the pass because they've got a man-on-man but safety help on the receiver at the top as well.
Yeah, you think you could run on this.
Back to passes Smith. Pass out in the flats. He's got Wilson. Wilson steps out of bounds and then takes a hit.
Yeah, low hit right at his knee. You're glad that he's okay there. That's his 23rd catch this year, Gary. As I mentioned, he's one of the favorite targets of Donovan Smith. 3 catches today, had 20 coming in today.
So the Badgers do pick up a first down. Move the chains. The ball is squarely at the 35-yard line.
Got those 3 backup quarterbacks here. You can't see it on your screen there, but they're sending in the mixed signals right next to Zach Erikson. Always kind of fun to see them. You wonder which one's the actual one.
A.J. Tillman hit at the line of scrimmage, moves the pile forward for a gain of 2.
Yeah, those 2 yards were A.J. Tillman right there. That was him just pushing the pile for a, well, they only give him a yard there. I thought he got a little bit more than that, but moves it down to the 34.
Austin Belt has checked in for the first time, and he will stand to the left of Smith. 3 wide out, split wide to the right. Iowa Western jumps, offsides. The Badgers going for it, back shoulder. Oh, he did not come up with it. Boy, Io Shatamide King almost came up with a great reception.
So I know you got the offsides over there, but I don't know if we'll see that replay, but I wanted to see if maybe there was even a pass interference in the defensive secondary there with Shatamide King. And as you mentioned, Gary, you almost came up with that. Would have been a highlight reel. Good job by Donovan Smith to recognize that you've got that offsides. It's a free play. Throw it up to your playmaker.
And
give it a shot.
Yeah. So after the offsides, it's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Ball is at the 29-yard line. Again in the backfield is Austin Belt. First time we've called his number. Play action. Pass across the middle. Pass is caught. The tackle is broken. And diving for the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Tyreek Carter, a 29-yard pass play.
Boy, took a little punishment there. Bounced off that tackle at about the 20-yard line and then turned on the jets to get into the corner of the end zone. Dove to get that pylon. What a great play by Tyreek Carter.
So the Badgers get on the board first on a 29-yard pass play from Donovan Smith to Tyreek Carter. And the extra point is on the way. The extra point is low, a line drive, but it is good. And the Badgers lead it 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
And welcome back for the kickoff. Snow College Badgers lead it over the number 2 Iowa Western Reivers, 7-0. And my apologies, it's Bell, not Belt. And I guess I'm going to have to go back to reading glasses up here in the booth, or I'm going to have to get a light or something. No light up here, and you'll find out when you get old. You'll find out.
Without my contacts, I guarantee I'm blinder than you, Gary. It's a beautiful night tonight. I mean, we're into October. You're thinking it's going to be 40, 50-degree weather here at 7 o'clock. This is probably the nicest weather we've had this whole season for a home game. No wind, just beautiful night tonight here in Ephraim.
And the Badgers on top 7-0.
That makes it even better.
It does. Iowa Western going to go back to the run game. Nothing inside, and trying to break it to the outside is Bryant Williams, but he's brought down.
Yeah, good job there on the outside for the Badger defense, not letting them get the edge. Ryan Cuthbertson with the tackle for the Badgers.
They give him 1 yard on the carry, so it'll bring up 2nd and 9. I might have to get me a little desk lamp or something for in here.
Turn it on.
Yeah. 2nd down and 9, handoff. Nope, quarterback is going to keep it. And boy, he just will not go down. A nice effort's going to pick up a gain of about 6. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Hunter Watson there, he was hit by the Badgers from behind, and they were grabbing onto him, yanking him, and he just carried him. But I think he might be the one that's down on the field right now.
Oh, that's not good.
David Sturzer was the one who was able to clean that up and bring down Watson.
Good to have Sturzer back. He missed a couple of weeks. Was injured in the what game was he injured in? Yeah, I think it was the Dodge game. So he missed the game at Georgia Military. So we do have an injury on the field. We're going to take this opportunity for a timeout. Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 7-0. We'll be back after this.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
We're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
Welcome back once again to Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. And it is the quarterback, Hunter Watson, who is able to get up and get off the field. So checking that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard, Snow College 7 and Iowa Western nothing. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. 3rd and 4, new quarterback in for the Reivers. And is that...
Looks like Chad Kearns.
Okay. Handoff straight ahead. Wow. Not much there.
Wow.
Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 4th and 2.
Boy, we give away a Sanpete Steel man of the game, and right now it's the defense of the Badgers. The entire defense. Give them all a hoodie or whatever you give them. Because, my gosh, so far this game against, again, the number 2 ranked team in the country, team that's used to going to national championship games, and that Badger defense has been stout.
So a punting situation here on 4th and 2. Badgers look like they're coming. And it's going to be an offsides, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Oh, that is costly.
Yeah, that's frustrating. If you're a Badger coach right there, you're extremely frustrated. How often do you block a kick, or block a punt? You just don't want to jump off. Give your offense the ball.
And that's exactly what's happened. The penalty is going to take away the punt and give them a first down. So thanks to Greg for reminding me here. I need to catch up a little bit. Kind of loses its
we got a long
luster
game. We
here.
got a long game, Gary. We got a long game.
So we need to mention that the Badgers did get into the MACU end zone. Thanks for Mountain America Credit Union for sponsoring that, guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details available at macu.com. And the Douglas Dentistry first down. The Badgers have picked up 5 of them. Unfortunately, they give up one here on a penalty that keeps the drive alive for Iowa Western. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Play action. A lot of time to throw. As back into the ball game is Watson. Watson scrambles, now throws it at the last second, incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage in the defensive secondary for the Badgers. And one question, and I'm not a rules expert, definitely. You had a couple of those Reivers offensive linemen go downfield, and then before he let it go, they came back. So is that a penalty? Is it an illegal man downfield if they make it back to the line of scrimmage?
If they make it back.
So they can go down and come back. Okay. Because I was looking for that, because usually you'll see that flag a lot when a play develops like that, because those offensive linemen decide, they're going to go out and block for their running quarterback, and then he ends up throwing it. But they were able to make it back to the line of scrimmage before he let that one go.
Where they are at the time the ball is thrown.
Okay.
Watson fakes the option. Ball loose on the ground. Badgers are saying they have it. And the officials are now saying they have it. Boy. So it's a fumble.
Yeah, I'm not sure who created that fumble, but I say Brian Cuthbertson in on that one again for the Badgers. He was one of the guys coming out there. Let's see. Let's get some other numbers. Maybe Trey Swanigan in there as well.
So the Badgers will have it at the 43-yard line of Iowa Western.
Stockton Bramwell is who our PA announcer is giving it to, so we will agree with that. Number 21, Stockton Bramwell.
I'll give it to him, yeah. So we'll see what the Badger offense can do as they come back out on the field here with 3:27 remaining in the first quarter. Donovan, four wideouts, two to the right, two to the left. Smith back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, throws short. Pass is going to be caught, maybe for a gain of 1.
Awesome tackle there by Malik Reed for the Reivers. That was an open field tackle, and he delivered the punishment that time.
Lambert on the reception, but you were absolutely correct. Iowa Western with a great defensive effort to come up and make the play.
Yeah, only about a 1-yard gain there.
And I think that was generous. Trip split wide to the left. The offense looks to the sidelines. You've got Io, Shotomide King, Wilson, and Carter. DJ Overstreet on the left side of the formation. And on the right side, you've got Amir Magruder. 2nd down and 9. Back to passes Smith. Got a man out there. Pass is going to be caught. Taken out of bounds is Overstreet. And that's going to be enough for the first down.
Except for a couple of long passes where Donovan Smith threw it a little bit too long. He's been on the money today. He's put those footballs on the numbers for his receivers.
And I like the idea of just taking what you can get.
Yeah, quick.
Of course, taking a shot downfield sometimes can open up.
Yeah, loosen it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you got you got 6 or 7, maybe 8 guys in the box there for the Reivers this time.
And almost breaking it for a huge gain is Lambert, as Lambert gets to the 25, a gain of 5.
Yeah, he was tripped up. You had about 8 guys in the box there with a couple of blitzing linebackers, and Lambert, if he wouldn't have been tripped up, that would have been 6.
Quick snap, hand off to Lambert again. Lambert goes to the right this time, and Lambert just keeps the legs churning. He's going to be very close to the first down.
Sione Ty out there blocking for him on the offensive line. Great job by that right side of the Badger offensive line to create that hole. Badgers players are wanting to go quick. They're calling for that play. They're saying, Coach, get us that play.
Boy, it's amazing to see the confidence right now with the Snow College Badgers. So 3rd and very short. I'm guessing 4-down territory here. Hopefully they don't need it. But they're going to take a shot at the end zone. Out there, pass is incomplete. Intended for Io Shotomide King. So now you got to go for it on 4th and short. Or do you kick a field goal?
No, I think
Kiesler has proved he can kick it.
Sure. I think 4th and 1, right outside the red zone. I think you try and get another 6 on the board against the number 2 team in the country.
All right.
I probably would have ran it twice. You've got about a 7-man front, like literally 6 or 7 guys right on the defensive line.
Almost didn't get it, but I think the second effort was able to get inside the 20-yard line.
Absolutely.
For Lambert.
Another Douglas Dentistry first down for the Badgers. And are they saying that was a fumble there? No, okay. Some of those Reivers players were dancing around like they had done something. So
Douglas Dentistry. Call 435-283-3800. You've probably called that a few times.
Show off that smile. They have teeth whitening. I've called it so many times for Colton over the years. Yeah, you bet.
Clock down to 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Badgers in the red zone, threatening to put some more points on the board. Play action, passes on a slant intended for Wilson, but knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
Great job. So you've got literally like a 5 or 6 man front there by the Reivers. I was wondering if we were going to see that replay this time. The one defensive lineman just backed off a little bit, stepped into that passing lane, got that big hand up there, and was able to knock it down. So it looks like this time the Reivers are just going to go with 4 down linemen. They had been bringing those linebackers down to the line of scrimmage and putting a hand in the ground, almost like a defensive lineman.
2nd down and 10 inside the 20-yard line. High snap again. Donovan brings it down, throws it to the end zone, and going up too soon, I think was Pea'aua. Just mistimed it. I think that would have been a touchdown.
You're exactly right. Samson Pea'aua just got a little excited there and jumped just a half second too early. If he could have timed that jump better, he would have been in.
He had a step on the defense.
Yeah.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Badgers have gone to the pass play once they picked up that first down. And I'm thinking here, you don't pick up the first down, you got a field goal.
Oh, sure.
Unless you pick up 9.5 again.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
Shotomite King on the near side of the field, and he goes in motion now. Donovan Smith back to pass, under some pressure, lobs it to the end zone, caught. Is he in the end zone? No, out of bounds inside the 1 yard line. And that's Samson Pea'ua.
He timed this jump right. Look at this replay here. Perfect jump. Oh, just missed it on that replay, unfortunately, but he timed that jump just perfectly. It's crazy you can go from one play to the next, where we talked about what he could have done a little bit better, and the next play he goes and does it, and it looked like he was close to that end zone. The pylon went down, but they call him out at about the half-yard line there.
So that is going to be the end of the first quarter of play. The Snow College Badgers lead it 7-0. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was, with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
And welcome back to Terry Foote Stadium, Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedister with you, along with Greg Sterner. Snow College Badgers have it first and goal at the 1 yard line. And we'll see if the Badgers looks like they're going to line up and just try to power this one in. And Donovan Smith's not going to make it. In fact, did he fumble the ball?
Did they say he lost that ball?
Oh, my goodness. And now we have a flag.
I'd like to see that replay. It looked like he was going straight to the ground, so unless they ripped it out right before he hit the ground.
He's coming off the field.
That's a back. That hurts.
If I'm Donovan, I go back out there and say I didn't fumble it. Can't tell from the replay. Can we see that one more time, Caitlin? See if we can see the replay one more time here. It looks like it started a little bit late.
Yep, it's going to be a...
Oh, my word. Add insult to injury. The Badgers fumble the ball. So that turns it over. It would have been at the 1 yard line. But you have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that moves it all the way out to the 16 yard line. So, not
tough.
only turning the ball over at the 1 yard line, but then a penalty. I mean, anything could happen when you're at your own 1 yard line. Now you bail them out and move it out to the 16.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one right there, and that's huge if you're Iowa Western. They needed that. The Badgers defense, they've been stout. They can't hang their heads here. Got to come out here and keep playing.
Hunter Watson, the quarterback. Flea flicker, back to Watson. Watson going to go deep into double coverage, and it's going to be picked off by Snow College. Sturzer, I believe, with the interception. Back to the 40, and dives. He's going to be down at about the 39, and another huge late flag comes flying in from way behind the play.
Stockton Bramwell with the interception that time, and you saw him just playing center field back there, throwing into double coverage were the Reivers that time, and Bramwell just gets up, and he looks to see where the Reivers are to set up his return, gets up past the midfield to the 40-yard line. Let's see what this flag is. What a change of events here. Crazy start to this second quarter, Gary. You have a fumble by the Badgers on the goal line. You get a pick to give it back to the Badgers. And let's see.
Probably
blindside block on the Badgers, so another 15-yard penalty.
Wow, the penalty's just killing Snow College here.
just gotta live to play the next day. You live to play the next down. I don't know.
But I don't know that a block at that point helps you a whole lot either.
Yeah.
So the Badgers.
The interception helped.
Yes, the interception helped a lot.
Absolutely.
Badgers will have it at their own 46-yard line.
First quarter, some of these interesting stats. Drayson Ball gives the sports information director here at Snow give us some stats. Hunter Watson 0 of 5 there in the first quarter passing for the Reivers. Excellent defensive coverage for the Badgers in the first quarter and to start the second quarter.
Yeah. Handoff, left side of the formation. And that's going to be a gain of maybe 3.
Got a couple of subs coming in on the offensive line. Noah Christensen coming in there. I think we had Isaac Hawkins coming in for the Badgers as well.
Second down.
Handoff, no.
Yep.
Once again, Lambert. And Lambert straight ahead for a gain of maybe 2.5 this time to the 49-yard line.
Not a lot doing on the interior of that Reaver defensive line. Not a lot of holes. As you mentioned, a couple of yards. I mean, it brings up 3rd and manageable. You got about 3rd and 5 or so here.
3rd down inside of Reaver territory at the 49-yard line. 2 wideouts, 1 right, 1 left. Lambert in the backfield with Donovan Smith. Play action. There's the slant. He was way early. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't really know what the Reaver defenders are complaining about. That was as obvious as could be.
You'll watch the replay here.
Yeah, I mean he's there just early. Didn't allow the receiver to go make a catch there. So gonna give another first down to the Badgers. Keep that drive going inside Reaver territory.
Spot foul is going to be marked right at the 45-yard line. So a first down for Snow College. Leading 7-0 as we check that scoreboard for you. The Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Man in motion is going to be Wilson. Under some pressure, setting up the screen pass, incomplete. Read well.
Yeah, not much doing even if Lambert would have been able to catch that one. One thing I'd watch if I'm the Badgers, you had Wilson going in motion that time. The play was designed to come to the right side, the short side of the field on a screen pass to Spencer Lambert. Nobody really ran with Wilson that time. You might want to watch that and fake everything coming, move in the pocket over to the right, and then throw it back to the other side of the field to that motion man.
2nd and 10, ball at the 45-yard line for the Badgers. Trip split wide to the left. Amir Magruder, the lone wide receiver, to the right. Lambert in the backfield with Donovan Smith. 5 seconds on the play clock. Iowa Western showed blitz, but then backs off. Pass over the middle is going to be incomplete, intended for Io Shatamide King.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure there from the Reivers that time. And Donovan Smith just had to get rid of that one. Good pressure there. Number 55 for the Reivers, that was Darius Keck coming in from his defensive line position and just getting a little pressure on Donovan Smith.
So big 3rd down here for Snow College. Definitely, I don't think you're in 4-down territory here.
Yeah, no, single coverage is up there high to the wide side of the field. Now the double coverage will come.
Pass is going to be short. Pass is going to be caught. And is it enough for the first down? Tyreek Carter with the reception. Yep, move the chains.
Yeah, good timing route there from Smith to Carter.
Carter gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And substitution, Pea'ua comes back in at tight end.
Just a good route. Donovan Smith throws that right when Carter cuts to the outside. It's almost indefensible unless you have double coverage on that, inside and out.
Iowa Western again with 7 men in the box. Handoff to Lambert. Lambert tries to go on the left side and picks up maybe 2 yards is all. Now, do you go with the jet sweep? You got to get outside, I think, although they did almost break a big one when they had those 7 men up in the box.
Just that one, yeah. Snow did a lot of that last year, that kind of jet, that fly sweep with a wide receiver coming to the wide side of the field, but haven't seen it as much this year. Definitely haven't seen it this game.
2nd down and 8. Smith back to pass. Low, incomplete.
That was another one of those timing routes where Donovan Smith's just throwing it where he wants the receiver to be, and the receiver just ran a little bit too far out on that route, a little bit too far up before making his cut. You could see that ball, if he would have ran right about the 25-yard line straight down the line, it would have been right on the numbers. But just a little bit too low where he ran that route.
So a big 3rd down here. Wilson's going to check in. And Carter is going to check in. Coming out is Pea'ua. Play clock is down to 10. And the Badgers just now getting to the line of scrimmage.
They're not
too big
in a hurry. Yeah, they should be.
4, 3, 2. They just get the play off. Smith under some pressure, throws at the last second. Pass is caught. It's going to be short of the 1st down, however.
Just barely short, right?
Boy,
that's
it's going to be
close.
Now that he's marking it, it looks like he might have it. They're going to put it right at the 25-yard line.
So it's going to be about a half a yard short here. Amir Magruder reached out to get that ball. Great job by him to reach out and get that before stepping out of bounds. But it's going to bring up about 4th and half a yard here. Now this is one where, I mean, it's a pretty similar spot where you asked me if you kick the field goal. It would have been a 42-yard field goal here, and they're going to go out of the gun again.
4th and short at the 25-yard line. They've got to get inside the 25. Hand off to Lambert. Lambert hit in the backfield. He's not going to make it. And the Badgers are going to turn over on downs.
Yeah, Iowa Western now doing what they need to do a couple of times to turn the Badgers over on the last drive and then stop them on downs this time. And
in fact, where they spotted it, he lost 2 yards.
Wow, yeah.
That was just a play that took a long time to develop, Greg, and you can't do that, I don't think, on 4th down when you're trying to hit that quick.
Yeah, and they brought a lot down into the box with their linebackers, and it just wasn't there that time. So both defenses have made some big plays here. The Badgers with that one offensive drive to get into the end zone one time, and that's really the difference here. Otherwise, it's been defense.
Single setback here for Watson. Watson back to pass, looks over the middle, flushed out of the pocket, puts it under his arm, he's going to run. He's out into Badger territory at the 49-yard line. The Badgers had trouble with this last week against Georgia Military, and they had trouble against St. George.
Well, and really the only offense today has been just that.
Right.
That's the only offense has been
Watson?
Has been Watson coming out of the backfield on broken plays, on plays that were supposed to be passes, not designed runs, and just making something happen.
1st and 10 at the Badger 48-yard line. And that play gets stopped before it gets started. And a timeout is going to be taken. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout as well. A Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee? Check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. We'll be back with more right after this.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
And welcome back once again to Terry Foote Stadium, Robert L. Stoddard Field. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you here on the Snow College campus. The Badgers lead it as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. 7-0 with 10:50 remaining in the first half. Reivers with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Badger 48-yard line. Watson hands it off. Not much there. The Badgers rally to the ball. No gain. The ball comes loose, but they had blown that one dead.
Solomon Longy, the first one to make a hit for the Badgers there that time, and then cleaned up by a couple other Badgers in there. Brian Cuthbertson, we've called his name quite a few times already.
Yep.
Yeah, not much doing. They marked that right at the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10.
Badger defense trying to hold here. This has been a fairly quick first half.
Yeah.
Iowa Western back to a single setback. They go with trip split wide to the right. And a single wide out to the left. Watson back to pass. Looks over the middle. Throws. Got a man wide open. A little drag route underneath. That's going to be enough for the first down. Down to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just a busted coverage there at that second level, the linebacker level for the Badgers. And that little drag route across the field is wide open. Good job by Watson. He was hit, right, or was about to be hit right as he threw that, and just found the open man, made a big play.
On the catch, Latrell Benner. So 1st and 10 at the Badger 30-yard line. Iowa Western threatening here. Getting close to that red zone. Again, quarterback keeper. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself straight ahead for a gain of 7.
Yeah, and that was a called quarterback keeper that time. That wasn't a broken play, but a good play there on first down. He made the right decision to tuck that, keep it himself, not hand it to his running back. Watson came up limping just a little bit. I think maybe still feeling a little bit of the pain from when he went out earlier in this one, but a nice run. Bring up 2nd and 3.
Badgers with some late substitutions. And they're able to get everybody off. Trip split wide to the left for the Reivers. Single setback. Now he goes in motion. Empty backfield. Pass to the running back out of the backfield. Makes the catch. Stumbles forward for a gain of about 3. Maybe make it 4 inside the 20 to the 19.
Yeah, one of the Badger defensive linemen. I think if he could have got his hands up there on that defensive end right there, just put those hands up, you would have knocked that one down. But enough for a first down there for the Reivers.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the, where'd they mark it? The 18. Tight end comes back into the backfield. Handoff straight ahead. Not much there, but just patient, waiting for that big offensive line to push forward for a gain of 3.
The running game for the Reivers today to the running backs has been pretty well non-existent. Not a lot happening there. The Badger defensive line and those linebackers have been doing a great job. Brian Cuthbertson, again, the linebacker in on that tackle for the Badgers. He's got to have 4 or 5 already today.
Bryant Williams on the carry. Give him 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Under 7:45 remaining here in the first half.
Boom.
And some big hits there. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, you like football right there, folks.
DeQueen Petty with a huge hit.
DeQueen Petty he's a hitter. That kid looks like an NFL linebacker out there at the junior college level here.
So a big 3rd down here for the Reivers. 3rd and call it 8. Trip split wide to the left, a single wide receiver to the right. And Watson in the backfield.
Snow showing blitz from that middle linebacker. Reivers check out of that play, maybe call a different one here.
Back to pass. And it's way over the head of the intended receiver. That wasn't even close.
DeQueen Petty that time couldn't get to the quarterback. What did he do? Just what I said a couple of plays ago. Got those hands up. Well, if you watch this replay, made the pass go way too high and force the Reivers into a field goal opportunity here.
So the Reivers going to try a field goal here. This is going to be a 33-yard field goal attempt on 4th and 8. The snap is good. The placement's good. The kick is up. It's got plenty of distance, and it is good. So a 30, what did I say? 30.
I think 33.
33-yard field goal attempt, or field goal. And that gets the Reivers on the board as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. Snow College, 7. Reivers, 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
3-0. This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
And welcome back once again. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you. 7-3. The Badgers with the lead. Here's the kickoff, going to be fielded by the Badgers at the 5, to the 10, the 15, the 20. A bit of a hole to the 30, the 35, still on his feet at the 40, 45, all the way out to the 48-yard line. Nice return that time. Is it Shandon King?
There, yeah.
That was number 88.
88, yep, Shandon King, you got it, Gary.
Shandon King has been doing a good job returning kicks lately.
Special teams, defense, other than a fumble at the goal line for the Badgers, they've played a darn near perfect game, in my opinion. I know it's only 7-3, but playing the number 2 team in the country, they're playing pretty well.
Down the sidelines, over the head of the intended receiver. And it looked like Wilson went up a little too early again. I don't know if those balls are just carrying a little bit further than they're used to, but that's 2 times that it looked like they were catchable, but just going a little early.
Yeah, and he became kind of a defensive back there, just getting his hand in the way because the Reivers defender kind of had a beat on that ball. But Wilson was able to block his view of it before he was able to come down with it. But probably would have came down out of bounds anyway.
2nd and 10, 6.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. A.J. Tillman is now in the backfield for the Badgers.
Boy, that defensive lineman here on this close side of the field, he is lining up close. No flag.
Hand off to Tillman. Tillman hit in the backfield, falls forward for a gain of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 8. Just not much there for the Badgers running the ball.
And that was that outside, or that defensive end on the left side that made the play that time. He's just lining up right on that ball. That's where you're almost in the neutral zone, but a great play by Jalen Pettis for the Reivers.
3rd down at midfield, 6:06 remaining here. In the 4th quarter, Badgers lead at 7-3. The Reivers just got on board with a 33-yard field goal. Badgers going to go with trips out here to the near side of the field. And a single wide out to the left. Donovan back to pass, under some pressure. Steps up in the pocket, buys time, got a man open. Pass is going to be caught, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Move the chains at the 35-yard line.
Great job by Donovan Smith that time. Watch this replay here. He was under some pressure, steps up in the pocket, gives himself a little bit of room, was able to hit Wilson, who just sat in that zone coverage in a nice area. Boy, he had to fit that in a window, Donovan Smith did. That was a beautiful pass.
So the Badgers pick up a big first down here at the 35-yard line of the Reivers. Clock continues to run. A.J. Tillman in the backfield with Donovan Smith. 2 wide out, split wide to the right. That's Io Shatamai King and Wilson in the slot. Pea'ua, the tight end on the right side of the formation. That's who gets the pass catch inside the 30 to about the 28.
I love that route. If you're going to sit it, if the Reivers are going to sit in soft coverage on that tight end, just run a little 5 and out, catch that ball, get 5, 6, 7 yards there on first down. Great looking play design.
Let's give him 6, make it 2nd and 4. Same formation for the Badgers. Pea'ua on the right side of the formation at the tight end. Magruder is the wide receiver to the near side. You've got Wilson and Shatamai King at the top of the screen.
So we'll see if that outside linebacker blitzes, I'd run that same exact play again, and he stays with.
Right in the middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaron Wilson.
Yeah.
I heard the coaches right next to us saying, yes, yes, and Donovan hits him perfect in stride.
Before he even threw the ball, the coaches were calling that. They could see that Wilson ran the exact right route. That post route just stuck that left foot in the ground and came back to the middle of the field, got the defensive back turned around. Donovan Smith threw it at the perfect time. Touchdown for Wilson. What a throw by Smith.
Badgers going to go for the extra point here. Getting into that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America. The extra point is no good as the snap was bobbled, I believe. I looked down to talk about the Mountain America Credit Union end zone, but the PAT fails. The Badgers lead at 13-3, and we'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Snow College Badgers getting that Mountain America Credit Union end zone. Show your school pride with the Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union, available now at the Ephraim branch. Visit macu.com. A 35-yard touchdown pass, Donovan Smith to Jared Wilson. The point after fails. The kickoff is taken at the goal line. Iowa Western out to the 15, the 20, still on his feet, hit at the 25. And I think forward momentum's going to give him the ball at near the 25-yard line.
Returner took a couple of big hits from the Badgers and kept going, but good coverage there by the Badgers to only let him get, what are they going to mark that? What'd you say, 25, 24, right in that area?
Yeah, I thought he might have got to the 25, but maybe they mark it at the 24. Yep, they do. The 24-yard line. So the Reivers with their 6th possession here. Trip split wide to the left. Handoff straight ahead and breaking tackles, picking up near the first down, still on his feet, and does get the first down. Nice run out there by Bryant Williams.
Yeah, best run for Williams tonight. 11-yard run there. Had a big hole to run through. Good job by the safety for the Badgers to get him down.
This time, Watson's going to keep it on his own, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a half a yard. Good open field tackle that time. Is that Bramwell?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, David Sturzer.
Sturzer and Bramwell, if I don't see the number, they
look similar.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good open field tackle, as you mentioned, though. Only about a half-yard gain there.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and a long 9, short 10. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Back to pass, quick pass out in the flats. Hit immediately after a gain of 4.
Well, Sturzer again with a big hit.
Nate Sullivan on the catch.
Couple of big hits by Sturzer the last 2 plays.
Big 3rd down here. Third and 5 at the 40.
Really big for both teams. For the Reivers, you don't want the Badgers to get a chance to put another one on, being down 10. And for the Badgers, man, if you could get one more on the board before halftime, it would be huge. I think you'll see the Reivers use that whole clock is what they should do here. If you get the first down, then you can start playing with your timeouts and trying to hurry. But, man, they're going to call a timeout. They're going to
call a timeout. We're going to take the timeout as well. That's their 2nd timeout of the game. So a timeout here on the field. This is a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
We're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
And welcome back once again to Badger Stadium. Gary Chedester along with Greg Sterner. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 5 for the Reivers at the 40-yard line. A lot of pressure on the quarterback, throws at the last second, almost picked off, incomplete. And the Badger defense steps up once again.
Yeah, it's that 16. I'm trying to get a number there. Shoot.
Tiloy Nawahine. And we've called his name a lot. He's been helping the Badgers. Called his name quite a bit at Georgia Military. So a 4th down and a punting situation here for the Reivers. That's going to give the Badgers the ball with a little over 2 minutes to go here. We'll wait and see what kind of field position. A lot of pressure, almost got a hand on it, but a booming kick is going to force the Badgers back inside the 10. Returned out to about the 18. And the Badgers will have it at their own 18-yard line.
That was a great job there by the Badgers to not only put a good rush on that kick and get close to blocking it, but don't touch that. Don't touch the kicker, the punter either.
We'll see who gets the pressure here.
Was Amir Magruder in on that? It was number 8.
Yeah, that's Amir Magruder.
Yeah, he got close, but man, if he would have touched that leg and give a first down, that could have really hurt. If you're the Badgers going into halftime 13-3, you're okay with that. Don't give the Reivers another first down on a penalty.
Right.
That would have been the second time on a punt or on a 4th down play that would have happened. So good job by them to not run into that kicker.
1st and 10 for the Badgers. Pass out in the flats is going to be caught. Out of bounds, short of the first down. Or did they give it to him?
Yes.
No, I think they're going to give it to him.
Those little 5 and out, 7 and out type plays have been money for the Badgers tonight. And Donovan Smith putting it on his receivers. They've worked on that this week.
So that's out to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
And just over 2 minutes, so they will still run the clock here. Once you get under 2 minutes and you get out of bounds like that, the clock would stop.
Trip split wide to the right. Donovan rolls to the right, buys some time, throws, incomplete. Actually, it was caught, but out of bounds by the defender.
Yeah, good diving catch by the Reaver defender that time. Let's give some credit to him. Number 8, Samuel Robertson, but he was out of bounds. So the Badgers, 2nd and 10.
That stops the clock with 1:50 to go. Here in the first half, Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 13-3. Checking that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. 2nd and 10. Smith with 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Lambert back in the backfield. Play clock is under 10. Now under 5. Donovan back to pass. Steps up, throws, got a man out there, but over the head, incomplete, intended for Wilson.
Yeah, he had Wilson out there just a little bit too long on that one. Pretty good job by the safety for the Reivers to come over. Same guy as last time that caught that one out of bounds. Number 8, Samuel Robertson. Good job by him to not allow Wilson to run just a little bit deeper and try to run under that one.
So 3rd down here, and if you don't pick up the first down, you're giving the ball back once again to Iowa Western with some time on the clock.
And they do have 1 timeout left, Iowa Western, so even if it is a completed pass short of the sticks, they could use that.
Almost intercepted, but incomplete. Intended over on that far side to Shatamide King, and the Badgers will be forced to punt. So 3 pass plays and the Badgers out, but they did pick up 1 Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentry with in-house financing. Show off that smile. And a punting situation here. Back to Iowa Western with 1.5 minutes to go. Nice high kick. Is going to be fielded. No, it's off his hands. Goes back and recovers it. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet.
Whoa.
Breaks another tackle down the sidelines. And all the way out to the 47-yard line. Near catastrophe for Iowa Western. Turns into good field position.
Yeah, watch this replay here. That was as fun of a kick punt return as you're going to see. Goes off the hands of the returner there for the Reivers. And then he's just spinning out of tackles left and right. Gets what, about 25 yards from where he picked that one up. Out near midfield, they've got 82 seconds left here to try and get into the end zone.
Or at least get into field goal position
try and cut it into a 1-score game. Yep.
Shotgun formation, pass out in the flats, 2 wide, intended for the receiver Williams, who came out of the backfield. That's Bryant Williams, the running back.
Yeah, he might have had 6 or 8 yards there before he would have went out of bounds. So that's a break for the Badgers right there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10. 1:18 to go here in the first half. 2 wideouts right, 2 wideouts left. Williams in the backfield. Quick pass out in the flats, going to be caught. But is he inbounds? Looks like they're going to give it to him. Out of bounds at the 50, so a gain of 2.
Yeah, not much doing there, and that one Badger had a break on that ball too. He knew that was coming, was just a half second too slow, or he might have been running to the other end zone.
Great job by the receiver to get a foot down, because in college you can push them out and they don't give it to you.
You got to get out of bounds.
Yep. Got to get that foot down. Man in motion on 3rd down. Badgers showing blitz. Here they come. Quick pass right over the middle. That pass is going to be caught. Wrestled down, but a first down is going to be into Badger territory. Nice play call as the Badgers came with that blitz.
Nathan Cargill with the reception that time. They threw it, the Reivers threw it right where the blitz was coming. They brought that middle linebacker blitz and they threw it just right up that seam where he would have been.
So a first down inside the 30. Reivers looking to run. Quarterback throws it at the last second. Pass is going to be caught, but a big hit. Coming up with the hit is Tiloy Nawahine once again, but a gain of 7 inside the red zone.
Yeah, great hit there by Nawahine.
36 seconds and counting. Quarterback going to break to the outside. All alone, somebody broke coverage. That is the easiest touchdown the Badgers have given up. Nobody followed Bryant Williams, the running back, out of the backfield, and he was wide open.
Yeah, if you're the Badgers, you're thinking put one more on with a couple of minutes left. Try to make this score maybe 16-3, 20-3 possibly. Just not able to get that one coveted first down that they really needed. And the Reivers worked their way down the field with their best drive of the night in under 90 seconds.
First time in the end zone here tonight for Iowa Western, and it comes with 23 seconds remaining. The kick is up, and the kick barely makes it through. I don't know if the Badgers got a hand on it or what happened, but that barely made it across the crossbar. So 13-10 with 23.4 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 30-second timeout.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
.4 seconds remaining. And Iowa Western has made this a game at 13-10, getting a 20-yard pass play from Hunter Watson to Williams. High end over end kick is going to be fielded by King at the 5, to the 15, the 20, hit at the 30 and out to the 31-yard line, and the Badgers will have 17.7 seconds remaining. We'll see if they try to do something here.
Looks like a Reiver is down there right on the sideline, right about where, if you're looking at the camera, right where that the Badgers are all bunched up there. So we'll see.
Spencer Mack, the Snow College trainer, standing by in case they need him, but they've got their own crew out taking a look at the injured Reiver. So, Greg, how big is that? You get the ball back with, a minute 20?
Yep.
You're thinking, let's get some more points on the board. You run 3 incomplete passes. You're forced to punt it away.
Yeah.
And the Reivers make the Badgers pay.
Yeah, it's huge. You're up 2 scores on the number 2 team in the country, and you don't want to say to be, it's hard to tell an offensive coach to be conservative, but you would have been happy going in 13-3. That's what I would say to that.
Well, and at least run some plays in the middle of the field where you can get some pass receptions.
Yeah, instead of just clock.
Because you have all 3 of your timeouts.
Yep. That's one of those moments where, we'll talk about at the end of the game. You could possibly talk about a big moment early in the game that affects the end of the game.
The Badgers have been able to move the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been down to the 1 yard line and came up empty-handed.
Yeah. Is that Bell that time?
Yep, that's Bell on the carry and a pickup of about 4 yards.
And that goes to number 22, Austin Bell.
Out to the 36-yard line, and the Badgers will be content to end the half with a 13-10 lead. Well, they might not be content with that, but they'll have to settle for that as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Let's take this opportunity for a timeout, a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the Snow College halftime show for you. You can get a quality education that's affordable and fun at Snow College. Visit snow.edu.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
Welcome back to the halftime show, the Snow College halftime show. Snow College ranks among the nation's top 10% in student success. Turn on your education and visit snow.edu. Snow College Badgers lead it here as we check the scoreboard. Snow College 13, Iowa Western 10. And boy, I can't help but think, what if? After that first half. I mean, the Badgers got inside the 5-yard line to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Very next play, they turn it over. So there's 7 points off the board. It's just been a game that is so close, but yet not so close for Snow College, especially with their offense. They've been very close to scoring at least 2 more touchdowns.
If you would have told me before the start of the game Snow would be up 13-10 at halftime, I would have been
okay.
Sign me up, absolutely. But as you watch it and as you see how it developed, Snow really could have been up by 2 touchdowns here, easily 2 touchdowns, and kind of a frustrating end. Zach Erikson's got to go in the locker room and not let any of his kids feel that. None of those guys can feel that way. They need to just be happy they're up 13-10 and want to put a couple more scores on the board. I think is Snow receiving. Yes. Snow's receiving to start the second half. So
and the defense has played fantastic.
Absolutely.
With the exception of that last drive, and they let them go a minute. And even then, it was just a blown coverage. The running back just kind of slipped out of the backfield. Nobody went with him. I'm willing to bet that either you or I could have probably made that catch and made it to the end zone.
Into the end zone. And they had plenty of distance.
And you're a lot more mobile than I am, so me saying that I could make it is going somewhere.
You got 2 bionic knees, Gary.
Just one.
Oh, one. Okay. All right.
but it's not 100% yet. So running isn't in my. I can't throw anymore. I can't run anymore. It's not fun getting old.
You still would have got a touchdown on that play.
I think you're right. It was that open. So the Badgers lead it by a score of 13-10. Let's take a look at. I'm going to run down the scoring summary here and give you a chance to look at some of the statistics.
Sure.
And then we're going to come back and take a closer look at the statistics after we take a timeout here. All right, so the Badgers get on the board first at the 5:47 mark of the first half. Donovan Smith, the pass complete to Tyreek Carter for 29 yards. And the Badgers score, make it 6-0. The extra point is good by Casey Kiesler, and that makes it 7-0. Iowa Western comes back on a field goal, a 33-yard field goal at 6:47 remaining in the second quarter. That makes it 7-3 Snow College Badgers. Badgers get another touchdown. Donovan Smith to Jared Wilson for 29 yards. The extra point is no good, so that makes it 13-3. And then the touchdown, Hunter Watson to Bryant Williams for 20 yards. That happens with 23 seconds remaining in the first half to make it 13-9. The extra point was good to make it 13-10, and that's where we are here at halftime. Snow College Badgers with the 3-point lead over the number 2 team in the nation. And we'll be back with some stats with Greg Sterner, and we'll have that for you when we come back in 2 minutes.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Wait, guys, you forgot your helmets!
Hi, I'm Ben Pipes. I've been working in the emergency department with the trauma team for the past 9 years. In this geographical part of the Western United States, we have the 4th highest traumatic brain injury hospitalization rate in the country for children. When riding off-road vehicles, please ensure that everybody is wearing a helmet and other safety gear. Ride an ATV that is appropriate for your age and skill set. Take a hands-on ATV safety course. Children between the ages of 8 and 16 or without a driver's license should be certified.
In the days of the mountain men, Cache Valley, Utah became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cache because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. This spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. They are Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the Connecting Your Life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you at Snow College. The number 5 Snow College Badgers holding a 3-point lead over the number 2 Iowa Western Reivers, 13-10 as we check that scoreboard. So Greg, you've had a chance to look at some stats. Anything that stands out to you there?
Lots of stuff that stand out to me. We have a 20-minute halftime, so yes, there's lots of things. So Snow moving the ball through the air, 175 passing yards. Donovan Smith, 14 of 27, 175 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks thrown. Reivers, on the other hand, more on the ground, 94 rushing yards, and the majority of those from their quarterback, Hunter Watson. We mentioned at the end of the first quarter that Hunter Watson was 0 of 5 passing. There in the second quarter, he was 7 of 11 for 79 yards and a touchdown. Did throw that one interception. Stockton Bramwell for the Badgers was able to pick off that one pass of Hunter Watson. Individually rushing for the Badgers, Spencer Lambert had 42 yards, 42 of the 49 yards for the Badgers. Really the workhorse for them. He's only averaging about 4 yards a carry, but you know he's the guy who gets the ball the most. Donovan Smith doing a good job spreading the ball around to different receivers. He's got 8 different receivers with a catch here. Jared Wilson leading the way, 5 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Carter also has a touchdown, 2 catches for 40 yards for Tyreek. The touchdown for the Reivers was, as we mentioned before we went to the break last time, busted play there. The running back coming out of the backfield, and Hunter Watson was able to find him. Bryant Williams with a 20-yard touchdown catch. As far as defensively for the Badgers, some good things happening there. We mentioned Bramwell with the interception. As far as tackles, David Sturzer with 6 tackles. DeQueen Petty with 5 tackles. Bryant Cuthbertson with 4 tackles for the Badgers. Doing a great job, frankly, defensively, Gary, holding the number 2 team in the country to only 10 points there in the first half. And really, probably, 3 points through the first 29 minutes and 30 seconds of the half, and then you give up that last drive. But yeah, 13-10 at the half. If you're the Badgers, you're happy to have that lead, and you want to come away with a victory and move up the rankings.
You gotta be thinking, and I like what you said though. You can't be too hard on yourself going in the locker room and play that what if game. You just gotta take a look at the things that you are doing well, continue to do those. This is so close. I know I said this before, but you're so close to really having a huge lead in this game.
Yeah.
It's just been a couple of things here and there. You go under center at the 1 yard line, something you haven't done all year long, and it results in a fumble. You turn the ball over, but you get the ball right back again after that fumble. Iowa Western throws the interception, and you get the ball back again.
Yeah, and had another shot and that was, I think, wasn't that the drive when it went to Jared Wilson on the 35-yard touchdown? I think it was that drive, wasn't it, when they got the interception, or was it the next drive? Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, Jared Wilson.
No, you're right, 35-yard touchdown.
Yeah, so they were able to still capitalize on that anyway. And you talk about going under center. Now, one thing I will mention there is, the fumble didn't happen on going under center.
No.
It was when Donovan tried to kind of go outside and take it in. But as you mentioned, that fumble really hurt. It looked up here like he might have been down, but there wasn't too much complaint from the Badgers on that. But got to hand it to Iowa Western for being strong at the goal line and keeping them out. But
that's why they're the number 2 team in the nation and the defending national champs, right?
Absolutely.
The defense steps up. Let's take an opportunity for a timeout. When we come back, we'll check some of the other scores in the NJCAA, and we'll go back to Thursday. All of the Mississippi schools play on Thursday, so we'll go back and check Thursday's games, and we'll check Saturday's games as well. We'll be back as we continue the Snow College halftime show. Snow College has assembled the best quality, most affordable, and flexible offerings in online education. Visit snow.edu.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
Hi, I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's the perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style Checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
And we'll check some scores. First off, the game's Thursday night. And again, these are all JCs from Mississippi. No upsets that I can see here. Mississippi Gulf Coast is 5-0, and they knock off Pearl River, who is 0-5, 52-21. East Central Mississippi over Southwest Mississippi, 48-15. It was Northeast Mississippi, who again is 5-0, defeats Holmes, who is 3-2, 37-20. Itawamba over Mississippi Delta, 29-0. East Mississippi over Northwest Mississippi, 35-17. And Jones over Hines, 21-3.
I'm going to interrupt you there for a second, Gary. I'm jealous of all those East-West Mississippi and North-Central Mississippi. I wish Utah had a bunch of those. That'd be fun if Snow, like the old days with Dixie and Rick's
College
and all the Arizona schools. I mean, I'm jealous. You list off all those different directional schools in Mississippi. Good for them.
Yep, and there's a lot of talk. Mississippi is in the tops of the rankings here as well. You've got Mississippi Gulf Coast ranked number 4, right ahead of Snow College. You've got Jones College at number 9, Northwest Mississippi at 10, Northeast Mississippi at 12, and East Mississippi at 13. So they've got 5 teams in the top 15.
That would just be fun. I mean, it would almost be like almost like high school football. Just small towns going and playing each other. Anyway, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some of the other games that are finished here tonight. Highland, Kansas defeats Ellsworth 32-0. It was Hutchinson over Dodge City, 46-10. Garden City defeats Independence, 27-23. Georgia Military over Lewisburg, 37-0. And we got a couple more here. Lackawanna defeats Monroe College, 41-18. The Badgers will be playing both of those teams. Monroe College will be the very last game of the year. That will be in New York. The Badgers host Lackawanna the last weekend of October. And Copia Lincoln over Coahoma, 20-6. And Trinity Valley blasts Blinn 30-17. And do we have one more? I thought we had one more. I guess not. So those are the scores of other games in the NJCAA. Here at Snow College, it's Snow College 13 and Iowa Western 10. And the Badgers will get the ball to start the second half. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this 2-minute timeout as we wrap things up here on the Snow College Halftime Show. Snow College is the nation's finest transfer institution with campuses in Ephraim and Richfield. Visit snow.edu.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Wait, guys, you forgot your helmets!
Hi, I'm Ben Pipes. I've been working in the emergency department with the trauma team for the past 9 years. In this geographical part of the western United States, we have the 4th highest traumatic brain injury hospitalization rate in the country for children. When riding off-road vehicles, please ensure that everybody is wearing a helmet and other safety gear. Ride an ATV that is appropriate for your age and skill set. Take a hands-on ATV safety course. Children between the ages of 8 and 16 or without a driver's license should be certified.
In the days of the Mountain Men, Cache Valley, Utah.
Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you at Snow College in Ephraim, Utah. Snow College Badgers lead it by a score of 13-10 as we're getting close to the start of the second half. Again, the Badgers will have the ball to start the second half. Greg, you go in the locker room. You're the coach. What do you got to do to come out in the second half here and win this ball game?
I think similar to what Zach Erikson said in that pregame show, they talk about what they want to do. You mentioned that, Gary. I think they talk about the things that they've done well, the things that they need to maybe improve a little bit. I think moving the ball, they haven't ran the ball all that well, but they've been throwing the ball pretty well. They've thrown the ball 27 times there in the first half, which is a ton of passing. Over 50 for the game if you doubling it out there. But and I think defensively, you talk about the good things that you've done. You've done really well, other than one broken play. Other than their quarterback running the ball, they haven't. Iowa Western hasn't moved the ball very much. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep hitting hard. Keep sticking. Those defensive backs, they've been right on the Reivers receivers, whether the receiver catches it or the defensive back for Snow's able to break up the pass. Great coverage in the first half and just keep it going.
All right. Badgers will send back deep to receive King and Carter. Carter on the far side and King on the near side. King has had some really electrifying runs and returns here for the Badgers.
69 yards on 2 returns, a 42-yarder and a 27-yarder.
So we're set to start the second half here. Thanks for joining us. A high end-over-end kick is going to go to King near the sideline. Taken at the 7, to the 15, the 20, and hit right at the 20-yard line. Nice open field tackle that time by Sean Gary Jr.
Sean let everybody know about it, too.
I don't know who he was talking to, though.
I don't know. He wasn't to the...
There's nobody over there.
But it was a great tackle. Why not? Snow did get called for one personal foul, probably for a little bit of talking after a play. There was after that fumble in the first half. Iowa Western, no big penalties like that in the first half. Both teams with just 3 penalties in the first half.
Hand off and trying to break it to the outside. Still on his feet, turning it up the sidelines, and a nice run. Gain of 6. I thought he was knocked out of bounds near the 27, but they're going to mark it at the 26, so a gain of 5.
Yeah, you talked about it there in the first half that Lambert, they need to try and maybe get him to the edge a little bit more. They've been trying it up the middle, and the Reivers have a stout defensive front right there in the middle. And that time, Spencer Lambert was able to get, gosh, it did look like he got a little bit more than that, didn't it?
I thought so, but
yeah.
And he comes off empty backfield now for the Badgers. 3 wide receivers to the right. Haven't seen the jet sweep yet. Pass down the sidelines, back shoulder, no, incomplete. I don't know who that was to.
I think Donovan felt some pressure that time. Donovan Smith
just got rid of it.
And just wanted to get rid of that. Knew we had a couple of receivers out there. He had one kind of crossing shallow and then one going deep up the sideline and just kind of in between those 2 receivers there. Just wanted to get rid of that one.
A.J. Tillman's going to check in for the Badgers in the backfield. Badgers look like they're going to go with trips to the near side. That's Magruder and Wilson. And is it Carter or Overstreet?
I'd like to see one of those quick little timing routes here by the Badgers to one of these 3 receivers out here and just move the sticks.
Smith back to pass. And not even close.
Gosh, and he had Wilson on that little timing route, running right, just shallow of the sticks. Probably would have been able to catch that, come up the field for a couple of yards. If you watch this replay, number 14, Jared Wilson, running right on the Robert Stoddard spot on the field. But he would have had to just put it right on him right when he made that break and make a couple of yards after it to get a first down. But didn't see him, and Snow will have to punt.
3 and out. The Badgers in punt formation. Flag on the play, and the Badgers moved. So that's going to come back once again.
Both teams had 3 penalties there in the first half. A few more yards for the Badgers, but pretty clean for both teams. You mentioned it's a fast-moving, probably the fastest-moving game you and I have called together in the years we've done this together.
I would agree.
As far as time, but...
So ball moves back on the 5-yard penalty to the 21-yard line. 4th and 10. And the dangerous Joshua Pierre-Louis back deep to receive. He's going to field it on the run and taken down immediately. And a late flag comes in. I don't know what that flag is.
Yeah, Cameron Memelis for the Badgers did a good job to get down the field and make a tackle. Let's watch this replay here to see. It looked like a good tackle, unless did they get maybe his helmet? What are we throwing? What?
I don't know.
We're going to watch the white hat here make this call.
Yep, face mask it is.
So I was just talking about the penalties. So that's 5 now on the Badgers here in this game. 2, only 3 in the first half, 2 on back-to-back, on the same play really, in the scorebook on the same play, but back-to-back snaps there. The problem for the Badgers is they've been the 15-yard variety, whereas they've only been 3 penalties against the Reivers, all 5-yard penalties.
So the Reivers, excellent field position here on their first possession of the second half. They'll take over at the Badger 43-yard line. Hunter Watson in the backfield. Shotgun formation, back to pass. Under some pressure, steps up, tries to throw at the last second, and again another late flag comes in.
And that can't be a hit against the quarterback. That's got to be a holdback there, right? Because they were hitting him right as he was letting that go.
Right. And it looked like he was going to run, and he just tossed it at the last. Hands to the face.
Wow.
Boy, the penalties just continue.
Yeah, another 15-yard penalty against the Badgers. They call that an illegal hands to the face against the Badgers. Watson again tried that little jump pass that worked for him one time in the first half. But 30 yards of penalties here on the last 2 plays against the Badgers moves the Reivers inside the 30-yard line.
Watson, shotgun formation, trip split wide to the right. Now the slot man comes into the backfield. Handoff is going to go straight ahead to Williams. Williams hit in the backfield, but keeps his feet and dives forward for a gain of 4.
Yeah, he dove. He planted that right foot and dove to the left. DeQueen Petty would have had a big old hit there if he wouldn't have done that.
2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4. Defensive line shuffles on the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Watson. Watson tries to pick his way, and they're going to give him a yard before he's pulled backwards.
Big Jacob Butters, 6'1", 300 D tackle out of Farmington High School in Utah with the stop there.
Jake Butters, I think, well, I'll save it.
You heard his family cheer right after the PA announcer. You can tell he's got some family members here.
I've traveled with his mom and dad.
Okay.
They've been on the plane with us. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage, but the pass is caught for no gain. And now do you go for it? Do you kick a field goal?
Alex Clark with another big hit from his defensive back position here. Just not letting any yards after the catch. Big hit outside. We've called his name a few times, filling in for an injured teammate and doing a great job, and the Reivers are going to try and tie this up.
This is going to be a 40-yard field goal attempt. It's a high snap, but the kick is up, but the kick has got plenty of distance, and the kick is good. So a 40-yard field goal. is good, and we are tied at 13. We'll be back with the kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
Became a central gathering place for trappers and explorers. They named it Cash because it was there they would store their goods and come together to trade and connect. The spirit of community continues today at Cache Valley Bank with locations and services throughout Utah, including 3 branches right here in Sanpete County. They're Central Utah's financial outfitter. No matter your mountain, they want to see you reach the top. Cache Valley and Central Utah are rooted in grand expeditions. Let's keep that heritage alive together. Discover Cache Valley Bank. Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All expense paid trip to Ephraim, Utah. Jake Mesher.
Welcome back once again to Badger Stadium. Gary Chedister and Greg Sterner with you at the 12:30 mark of the third quarter. Iowa Western has tied it as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard on a 40-yard field goal. We are tied at 13. So 10 unanswered points here by Iowa Western at the end of the first half and the start of the second half. King on the return to the 15, and that is all. Boy, Iowa Western gave up 2 big returns to King, but since then they have fixed the problem, and the Badgers unable to get to the 20.
Yeah, doing a great job staying in their lanes there are the Reivers kick return coverage, kick coverage team. And King just not able to get that head of steam behind him. Right as he tries to hit that hole, it fills by the Reivers kick coverage.
So the Badgers, not very good field position here, starting at their own 16-yard line. 1st and 10, their second possession of the second half. It was 3 and out on their first possession. 12:23 remaining third quarter. High snap. And nothing there at all. I don't think that was, I think that was Austin Bell. It just did not look like Lambert.
Yeah, you're right. He's coming out now.
So the Badgers lose 2 yards. And whatever the adjustments were made, it looks like Iowa Western has made the better adjustments so far.
Loss on the play. 2nd down.
Play action. Smith rolls out of the pocket, throws short. Got a man out there. Pass is caught out near the 25-yard line, and that should be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Spencer Lambert that time with the catch. I think it's going to be just short. You're going to be about 1 yard short. Spencer Lambert got a lot of yards after catch there. Nice little play, have him drag across the middle. Turn it upfield, so they're at the 25, need to get to the 26 here. Badgers went quick there, but we're going to have a timeout or a flag called? No, a timeout called by Iowa Western there.
Wow. Timeout taken on 3rd and short. We'll take the timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
At MTCC, we're more than just internet people. We're the connecting your life people. For the past 115 years and counting, MTCC has been the local industry leader in connecting people and businesses by providing professional service with the best options in technology. If you need phone, TV, or internet service for your home or business, come see the experts at MTCC. Call or text us today at 435-835-2929. MTCC, connecting your life since 1907.
Gary Chedister and Greg Sterner with you on the Snow College campus in Ephraim, Utah, bringing you Badger football action on KMTI AM 650 and on Snow Badger TV on youtube.com/Snow Badger TV. We are tied in the third quarter, 13-13. Iowa Western has already burned one of their timeouts here in the second half.
Snow is going to go quick there on 3rd and 1, and they need to get this one. Snow needs to convert, keep this drive going. They are going to go out of the gun.
Badgers with 1 wide out left, 1 wide out right, 2 tight ends. Handoff is going to be hit in the backfield, and I tell you what, Iowa Western has really just, the defense has stepped up against this Badger offensive line.
Yeah.
Kamari Copeland with the hit in the backfield, and that that loses yards.
Yeah,
you had 3rd and short, and now it's 4th and 3.
Second or third time tonight that the Reivers defense has done exactly that on 3rd and short. Dropped him for a loss even. And one time it was on 4th and short down on this other side of the field.
So a punting situation. Kick is away. Going to be fielded. Fair catch at the 44-yard line. No flags.
Yeah, Snow College coaches, you could tell, wanted that. They're talking to that official. Looked like maybe a little bit of a holding there, but as it was a fair catch, they didn't call anything. But another good field position for the Reivers here at the 44-yard line to try and take the lead, their first lead of the night.
1st and 10 at the 44. Hunter Watson, the quarterback, with Williams to his right. Hand off to Williams. Williams trying to get to the near side. And the Badgers just screaming for a holding call.
Coach Erikson is not happy right now, and he's going to get a flag here. There, at least a sideline warning. It may be a 15-yard penalty as well, but that's why the Reivers were able to get that edge.
And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, so a penalty.
Yeah.
15 yards, another first down.
Not even a. And then you have the Reivers egging on the Snow College crowd here. Not even a sideline warning that time, just straight to the 15-yard penalty. And Coach Erikson and the White Hat are talking down here, as you can see on your screen if you're watching.
So that moves it into Badger territory at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 wide out, split wide to the right for the Reivers. Watson and Williams in the backfield.
45 yards of penalties on these last couple of drives against the Badgers.
Tight end comes back to the formation. Watson going to go down the sidelines, got a man out there, pass is caught, touchdown Iowa. Wow, just like that.
Excellent route by Latrell Bonner right there. Pretty good coverage for the Badgers by Alex Clark out there. Just Bonner had just a half a step on him, and Watson put it right where he needed to. The quarterback for the Reivers put that on the money, gives the Reivers their first lead of the night.
On the pass catch, Latrell Bonner, as you mentioned. And Iowa Western is able to capitalize 2 touchdowns back-to-back here. Well, actually, field goal and a touchdown back-to-back. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. And so Iowa Western has taken the 2013 lead. We'll take this opportunity for a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
Number 2 team in the nation has taken their first lead of the game here on the number 5 team in the nation, the Snow College Badgers. And Iowa Western has scored 17 straight points here to take the 2013 lead at the 10-16 mark of the third quarter. High end over end kick is going to be taken by King once again inside the 5-yard line. To the 10, the 15, tries to get wide. Retreats back to the 10, back to the 15, and taken out of bounds at the 16.
Yeah, a lot of running to get those last 3 or 4 yards. He ran about 45 yards across the field to just get a couple of yards there. But again, good kickoff coverage. Reivers doing exactly what they want on kickoffs. They're kicking that high, end over end, to where King has to go take it right on the goal line, and then just not a lot of room to run.
Good coverage.
Mm-hmm.
So the Badger offense 3 and out on their first 2 possessions of the second half, starting at their own 20 and their own 16. Start once again at their own 16. A.J. Tillman in the backfield for Snow College. Badgers go with 2 tight ends. High snap. Quick pass out on the flats by Magruder, and Magruder drops it. Incomplete.
Probably would have been tackled right then anyway, even if he would have been able to catch that one. The high snap on those really quick passes outside like that, it's almost a wide receiver screen. You can't have a high snap.
Right. It throws the timing all off.
Exactly. Yep.
So that stops the clock at 10:01. 2nd and 10 at the 16 for Snow. A.J. Tillman and Lambert in the backfield. Is it Lambert or Bell? Almost looks like Bell.
Is Lambert.
It is Lambert. Handoff to Tillman. Tillman's going to be taken down for a loss of 3. Boy, the offense is just struggling here in the second half. Credit the defense of Iowa Western, who has come out pumped up in this second half.
Yeah, those linebackers for the Reivers have done a great job here in this second half. That one was Malik Reed. We've called his name a couple of times, and just a great play by him that time. He's actually a kid out of Arizona, out of Chandler, Arizona. So
3rd down and 14 for the Badgers, deep in their own territory. If they don't pick up a first down here, Iowa Western's going to have excellent field position again. Donovan Smith with trips to the right. Steps up in the pocket under some pressure, and he's going to be dragged down, a loss inside the 10-yard line. And Iowa Western is pumped up and celebrating as well they should.
Yeah, and I don't know, have the Badgers... I'll be interested to see at the end of the third quarter here how many yards they have, because so far, 5 minutes, 6 minutes into this third quarter, not a lot of offensive yards, if any.
I think they're in the hole.
Yeah.
Because they have not picked up a first down, and they lost 10 on that. The kick is away, a booming high kick. They needed that. Fair catch signaled for and taken at the 44-yard line. Nice acting job, but no flag.
Yeah, he got bumped a little bit, that returner, after he called the fair catch, and he's trying to get the flag. I don't blame him. Try and get another. I mean, obviously the refs are throwing 15-yard penalties against the Badgers. Try and get one more.
So the Reivers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 45. So they've had the ball in this third quarter at the Snow 43.
Yeah.
Turned it into a field goal. At their own 44, that turned into a touchdown on only 1 first down.
Badgers need to go back to that first half defense here. They need it this drive pretty bad. They don't want to go down 2 scores here.
Handoff. Watson in the backfield, stays on his feet. He's going to get 9 yards, make it 8. Nice run by Watson. Or Williams, excuse me, Williams. Watson's the quarterback. And Williams still in the backfield. 2nd down and 2. Badgers with the shift defensively. Hand off to Williams again. This time Williams gets maybe a yard, but he's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
They ran right into that Snow College shift. If you watch this replay, they shifted right into the gap that the Reivers were trying to run, which only allowed them to get about half a yard, maybe a yard. Jacob Butters again on the tackle. And I think this is one where if you're the Reivers, I think if you don't get it, I think you punt it here. I think you try and keep Snow deep in their own side of the field.
3rd and 1. Handoff. Williams does not get back to the line of scrimmage. He loses a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. We'll see if you're right.
Yeah, great job by the Badgers that time. Number 54, Tavili Tuitama, coming in and bringing down the Reiver runner behind the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th and about 2 yards, and they are going to run on the punt team. I don't blame them with the way their defense is playing.
Badgers very late getting the punt return team out there. But they've got everybody covered if they've got just 11 players. Snap is low. The kick is a high kick. And takes a Bounce out of bounds. Where are they going to mark it here?
Yeah, it's going to be marking right about the 15, 14-yard line. Another good kick inside the 20 by that punter for the Reivers. I should give him some credit. Number 39 there, Max Barczyk. He's had some good punts. He's put the ball where he wanted to when he's punted down towards the goal line. None of them have gone into the goal line to take it at the 20. So
Badgers have started at their own 20, their own 16, their own 16, and now their own 15. Have yet to pick up a first down in the second half. Donovan Smith back to pass, looks to the right. Wants to scramble out, has the ball stripped away from him from behind, and he falls on it for no gain. Actually a loss of a yard.
Yeah,
so Donovan had room to run, but defender just reached out and got the ball.
Yeah, just barely knocked that away from him. Otherwise, he might have ran for 5 or 6 yards that time.
Second down and 11. Badgers run a sweep to the left. Get back near the original line of scrimmage, and that is about all.
Yeah, cut down. Lambert was just cut down there by number 1 for the Reivers. That's Matt Cordes. Just went at his ankles, brought him down, and give him about a yard is all.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Badgers.
I don't know if those little timing routes aren't open.
Or they've gone away from them?
Yeah, because they worked so well in the first half. Just a little quick hitters, 5 and out, 7 and out type plays.
Donovan back to pass, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked inside the 5-yard line.
And everything Snow's trying to do is clear far down the field, that defensive line for the Reivers is just able to get through, and there's just not a lot of time for Donovan Smith to make those deep throws. That's where I say, take the 3-4 yards on first down. Get those quick little plays across the middle. We'll see if they switch to that next time they have the ball.
Now you got to worry about stepping out of the back of the end zone. The punter, Kiesler, has got his heels right on the end line. The snap is good. The kick is away. Very high, short kick.
That hit him.
And do the Badgers get a break here? The break they might need.
Badgers need it. Let's see what they call here.
The punt was high. A fair catch signal for it went off the receiver. And they're not giving it to the Badgers. Somebody was able to recover it for Iowa Western.
That could have been that flip of the field that the Badgers needed. Get that ball out near midfield to where you're not on the shadow of your own end zone. But Reivers are able to recover that one.
And they will have it at the 43-yard line.
Excellent coverage, or excellent field position for the Reivers this whole second half. See if the Badgers defense could step up like they did last time. Still just a one-score game. We're talking, if you're a Badger fan, you're a little bit disappointed. 17 straight points for the Reivers. It's a one-score game. You're 1 pick 6 away from a tie ball game.
Empty backfield here for Watson. Now he brings a man in motion. They're going to run that jet sweep. Nothing there. Loss of 1 yard. Was that DeQueen Petty that came up?
Yes, that was. Yeah. Just went low on the runner that time. And what are they going to say? Maybe a little bit of a loss there, about a half 1 yard loss.
Big play for the defense. Bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down.
Williams back in at the running back to the right of Watson, the quarterback. 2nd and 11. Play action, and Watson gets nothing. In fact, he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 47-yard line. Great play defensively. Was that Cuthbertson?
I think it was Angelo.
Okay.
Sonny Angelo, number 95 in there, was the first one to hit. Cuthbertson in there later as well. That's one where Hunter Watson did a good job to hold on to that ball. He might have, it looked like the Badgers were trying to strip that away from him as they hit him. So good job by him to not turn the ball over, but still 3rd and long. Good job by the Badger defense this drive and last drive.
Man in motion from left to right. 3rd down and 14. Watson hit
Petty.
And taken down.
Watch this replay. This replay's great. He supermans over the blocker who tries to go low. That running back tries to step up on the blitzing DeQueen Petty. Tries to go low. Petty just dives over him and takes the quarterback's knees out. I don't know if we're going to see that replay. That's one that, that was a beautiful play. Here you go.
So watch it coming from the near side here on the instant replay.
Running back tries to go low. He just dives over it. That's a beautiful play.
And here's the punt. Badgers had some pressure on the punt. It's going to take a beautiful bounce and come to rest at about the 6, maybe 7 yard line.
Yeah, that's one where Spencer Lambert needs to step up, and even if he's just going to fair catch that, save yourself 5 yards or so there right in front of your own end zone.
So the defense has stepped up. Can the offense finally get something going here? 4 possessions of the third quarter have resulted in 3 and outs. Not even a first down yet by Snow College. And they'll start at their own 6.
How many positive yards have they had? I don't know if there's any. They may be losing yards, negative yards in this third quarter here, Gary.
Well, it might take me a second to get it. I know we have live stats.
I can look at it. I'll try.
All right.
I'll try.
2 minutes, 49 seconds remaining, third quarter. Badgers trail it to the number 2 team in the nation, 20-13. Badgers send A.J. Tillman in motion. Smith back to pass, the quick out. Right through the hands.
God, that's the play you need.
Incomplete.
That's the play we've been talking about. That's the one you need. You got to pull that down. You have the Reivers defender running underneath it, so it's a tough catch. But that is it. You need that one, Gare.
Coming back in is Tyreek Carter.
Smith's pass intended for Shadamite King.
Shadamite King was the intended receiver. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
And that was a fastball. That was a fastball above his head, and you had a Reivers right in front. So that's tough, but that's one you needed. There you go.
Go right back to it. Shadamite King makes the catch. Knocked out of bounds, and I think he's going to have the first down.
Yeah, those plays they're not the flashiest plays. It's not a 90-yard touchdown or anything like that, but if they're going to sit off of you like that, give you that much room from the defensive back position, you got to take it.
Douglas Dentistry first down. Show off that smile. 283-3800 is the phone number to call.
And look, they're sitting so far back on that outside receiver.
And they're going to go back to it again.
Keep doing it.
Shadamite King stays on his feet, trying to pick up more yardage. Boy, that is a late tackle.
Yeah, well, one side. I mean, not going to say it. I didn't say it. I didn't finish my thought. How's that? Anybody listening knows what I was about to say, but I didn't finish it. So I can't get in trouble if I didn't finish it.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Trips to the near side for Donovan Smith. Shadamite King on the top of the screen. They brought an extra DB over to cover him. Pass into the middle of the field is caught by Carter. Carter still on his feet, trying to get a block on the far side. Finally gets tackled out to the 39-yard line. Another first down. Another Douglas Dentistry first down for the Snow College Badgers. Douglas Dentistry and Ephraim.
So if you keep doing those little timing routes like that, what opens up the possibility, if there's not a safety high, is a double move. You get a Reivers defender that's trying to jump that route, pump fake, throw it over the top to a guy like Shadamite King that can run away from the defense.
Here comes that jet sweep. And not much there.
Boy, big hit.
That was a huge hit on DJ Overstreet. Gain of maybe 3.
Yeah, 5'10", 160, DJ Overstreet. And boy, he took a lick. Yeah, he got up and he's coming off the field. He's doing okay. He's a tough kid.
So a gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
Even though you only get 3 on that first down, you got to test those edges. You can't just do everything up the middle. You got to test the edges, make the defense stay honest on the outside. 5-man front now for the Reivers.
I still can't believe they're playing 10 yards off the wide receiver Shadamite King on that far side.
So you wonder if this outside backer on the outside is going to maybe back off and try and step into that passing lane here.
Play action. Badgers go down the sidelines.
That play just hasn't been there. Badger fans want the Reivers defender pushing the Badger receiver out of bounds. And I can see why they're calling for that. If you watch that replay that time, that gets a little handsy that time.
It's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball at the 41-yard line. Badgers have been able to move out from their own 6, but they need to get a big first down here. Trips to the near side. Free play. Donovan Smith stecks up. Got a man open, Wilson. Wilson makes the catch to the 45-yard line. That'll move the sticks.
Smart play. It would have been close to moving the sticks anyway, even if it wouldn't have been quite a first down. But good job by Donovan Smith to recognize that it was an offside against the Reivers.
Yeah.
And just a free play and made it past to Jared Wilson.
So another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry in Ephraim. Show off that smile. Call 283-3800. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter right after this 30-second timeout.
Wait, guys, you forgot your helmets.
Hi, I'm Ben Pipes. I've been working in the emergency department with the trauma team for the past 9 years. In this geographical part of the western United States, we have the 4th highest traumatic brain injury hospitalization rate in the country for children. When riding off-road vehicles, please ensure that everybody is wearing a helmet and other safety gear. Ride an ATV that is appropriate for your age and skill set. Take a hands-on ATV safety course. Children between the ages of 8 and 16 or without a driver's license should be certified.
As we get set to start the fourth quarter, Snow College Badgers were shut out in the third quarter, and they trail it 13-3 as we take a look at that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. From orthopedics to pediatrics.
I can't do orthopedics. I'll do your mortgage if you come in and talk to me at the credit union. That's
the Central Valley Medical Center timeout that we just had.
All right. I'm not going to look at your foot.
No. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line of Iowa Western. Play action. Donovan Smith under some pressure. And he's going to lose a yard. Late flag comes in.
Donovan Smith lost his helmet, so if this isn't a face mask against Iowa Western, I think you're going to have some upset Badger fans here. So if it's a penalty, he doesn't have to come out if the helmet was ripped off. Otherwise,
face mask is the call.
Yeah, that's huge. Badgers can use that. Iowa Western's benefited from that, from some of these penalties here in the second half. Badgers will take one now.
Okay. I was looking at the wrong guy. I thought they were going to spot it clear down. So the ball is going to be marked at the 31-yard line after the penalty, 1st and 10. That's still a Douglas Dentistry first down, isn't it?
Yeah,
by penalty, they all count.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the Badgers. Trips wide to the left. Is that Bell? Looks like Bell in the backfield. Back to pass is Donovan. Under some pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Can run. Instead he throws. And the pass is going to be caught. No, incomplete.
Yeah. Donovan did a little Patrick Mahomes there. Sidearm action when he threw that one as he stepped up. Probably would have had a couple yards to run. Not much. That Reivers linebacker was bearing down on him pretty quick. Right decision to try and throw that one. Just wasn't complete.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Badgers at the 31. This drive started at their own 6-yard line. 2 wideouts, one right, one left. Handoff trying to get wide is Lambert. Not much there. Lambert going to step up and lose about 4 yards back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you could tell there was nothing happening that time trying to get the edge. Great job. Outside contained by the Reivers that time.
Alex Sesniak. I'm going to credit him with the defensive play that time. So 3rd and 14 for Snow College. Tripp split wide to the right. Shotomide King wide to the left. 12 seconds on the play clock. Badgers look to the sidelines. Down to 7 on the play clock. 5, 4, 3, and the Badgers do get the play away. Donovan Smith sacked again, back to the 45-yard line. Just got to get rid of the ball quicker. So this drive is going to stall out at the 45-yard line after picking up 3 first downs on the on their own and the big penalty, but they're unable to convert on it. They get as far as the 31 and then lose 13 yards all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and you know, tiny, tiny silver lining, if you will, Gary, if you flip the field here, at least. But what are we going to say? Timeout called on by Iowa Western?
It is. That's their second timeout. They have one remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll take the timeout as well. This will be a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. From orthopedics to pediatrics, you can trust CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. We'll be back in 30.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Snow College Badgers getting set to punt here after the Reivers take their second timeout here of the second half. Back deep to receive the punt is Joshua Pierre-Louis. Casey Kiesler getting set to punt here. High snap, takes his time, gets the kick away. And it's going to bounce horizontal, still is not. And that could be down at the 1 yard line. We'll wait and see.
He says it's in. Oh, baby, that looked
He
close.
says it broke the plane.
He had a good view of it. It's hard to question that official, but if you're a Badger fan, you wanted that one, man. It looked like it was going to go in the end zone, and then it just took a left turn. Let's watch this replay.
Bounced horizontal 2 or 3 times.
Oh, there's a flag on the play as well. We'll watch for that. As you watch that replay, boy, that just about. A holding against the Reivers. So it is going to put it back at the 10-yard line. So you'll take that.
Yep, that's
a
not
flip
too
of the
bad.
field. Your Badger defense, other than that very first drive of this, I guess the first two drives.
Yeah, the first 2 drives resulted in 10 points.
But the Reivers haven't had to go very far.
Right.
The Badgers, these last couple of drives, they've done a good job. This time, the Badgers can pin their ears back a little bit because the Reivers are now in the shadow of their own end zone. We'll see if Badgers maybe can make a big play, get another turnovers. They had 2 turnovers that they forced there in the first half. We'll see if they can get one here.
I think the Reivers are going to go back to Williams at running back, and they do. Williams trying to get to that corner, turns it upfield, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Williams, when he can get a head of steam, really looks like a good running back.
I think he's only had a head of steam, twice, maybe tonight, because the Badgers aren't allowing that.
Triple wide receivers, split wide to the right. Now they're going to bring the slot man in a little bit closer. Watson at quarterback, hands it off to Williams again. Williams going to try that left side again. Dances behind his blockers and then dives forward for a gain of about 6.
DeQueen Petty started as the outside linebacker on the left side, came all the way down the line, behind the line of scrimmage, and was able to chase that down from behind. Great job by, DeQueen Petty's had a great game today.
3rd and 2.
Another big one for the Badgers. Just one safety high, everybody else man on man. They do go with a hard count there.
Pass is going to be behind the receiver. Did they jump?
I don't see a flag.
I didn't see a flag.
It looked like the Badgers jumped, and I think the Reivers thought that. So they thought this was a free play like Donovan Smith has had a couple of times, but they don't throw a flag.
Okay, so it is 4th down.
Huge benefit for the Badgers. They almost gave them a 3rd first down on a penalty of this game. They gave them 2 in the first half.
So the defense does step up and come up with a big stop here with 11:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Iowa Western 20, Badgers 13. Punting situation here on 4th and 3. The snap is good. Badgers come right up the middle. And the kick is away from the receiver and out of bounds. And the Badgers will start at their own 49-yard line.
Another one of those angled kicks by the punter for Iowa Western, like most of them have been. That one just past midfield. Badgers, if you're the offense, you got to be patting your defense on the helmet as you run out there, because they're giving you good field position and a chance to tie this one up. Or maybe take the lead. Maybe they go for 2. Who knows? Well, with the way I probably just kick it, but
I have stopped second guessing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I still do. But
yeah. Stop saying it out loud.
I try not to say it out loud. Exactly.
And I'm not second guessing. I'm just throwing the options out there.
Pea'ua, the tight end in the backfield here on 1st and 10 from midfield. Handoff. Badgers go straight ahead, and a gain of about 4.
Yeah,
boy, where is that spot? Clear back at the 47.
What the? Where is
that?
Why is he doing that? Let's watch that. I think that line judge out there, I think he thought one of those blockers was the running back. If you watch that replay, you could see some legs a little bit further back. That looked like
that's a bad
2-yard back spot.
Exactly.
Boy.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. High snap. Handoff once again. And is that Lambert that's back in this time?
Yeah. Following Pea'ua, the tight end lead blocking for him.
So a gain of 2. Badgers with some subs here. Tyreek Carter's going to check in at wide receiver, and Pea'ua comes out. Badgers going to go with 4 wideouts, 2 right, 2 left. Lambert in the backfield with Smith on a big 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Badgers have to get inside the 40. There's that quick out. Pass is caught by Shatamite King, and he's got the 1st down.
Yeah, don't be stupid. Just
that was close.
Both teams are talking. Shatamite King's got to be careful not to throw. Does that little elbow or that little shoulder shiver there? Yeah. Got to be careful there.
Badgers get the 1st down to the 31, a Douglas Dentistry 1st down. Show off that smile.
Reivers, should I give him a... Reivers are doing a better job of getting in the heads of the other team, but not enough to get a flag. How's that? Because they've been talking a lot.
I agree. Donovan Smith under pressure, sacked again.
Yeah, you got to
you can't take that much time.
Yeah, not with this defensive line.
Right.
Yeah.
And you either roll out and you roll out hard, but that time Donovan just kind of staying behind his blockers, but there wasn't any blocking.
And there was the defensive backs did a good job for Iowa Western that time. There was a couple of short routes for Donovan Smith, and they were just covered.
So 2nd and 16, all the way back to the 42-yard line. Donovan back to pass, throws, incomplete.
Nothing, no flag. Yep, no flag. Yeah, Donovan threw that on a timing route out there, and was it Shatamite King out there, or is that Magruder? Just didn't turn quite soon enough.
So 3rd down and 16.
I think Donovan Smith put it where he needed to that time. The receiver just didn't turn quite as soon as Donovan Smith thought he would.
It's unbelievable to me watching how far off these Iowa Reaver defensive backs are from the wide receivers, and the Badgers have not taken advantage of it at all.
Yeah.
And I realize they're breaking early.
Big hit.
Lambert makes the catch coming out of the backfield, and he's going to lose 3 yards back to the 45-yard line. But again,
big hit.
Boy, Lambert just got drilled.
Yeah, just coming no unimpeded that time. Number 26, Javani Szymanski?
Szymanski.
Okay.
It's almost like Iowa Western knows what plays the Badgers are running, because the
second half,
DBs are dropping off the wide receiver going deep and coming up to make a play. Fair catch signaled for at the 5 as the Badgers punt it away.
See if the Badger defense can do what they did last time. Still 8 minutes left, a lot of time, 7:55 left in this one. See if the Badger defense can hold tight again, not give up a 1st down, try and give their offense a chance near midfield again. wanted to see Spencer Lambert. I didn't see him go to a trainer's table or anything. Kid's a freaking warrior, man.
He's tough.
And now he's talking to trainers out there. He's just telling them he's fine, get in the water, and rub a little dirt on it.
Hand off to Williams in the backfield, and Williams is going to gain maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, this defense hasn't given up here. 10 straight points in the second half to start this second half on the first 2 drives, and since then, this Badger defense has been stout.
Well, I will say this. The Badgers have found a way to win in their last 2 games. That's on the road in overtime.
That's right.
Handoff again to Williams. Williams dragged down, but picks up good yardage this time. Picks up maybe 6. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Cuthbertson again with the tackle that time. And if Cuthbertson wouldn't have been there for the Badgers, that might have been a few more. It would have for sure been a first down. But even a few more yards after that. Another 3rd and short here for Iowa Western.
Western going with 2 running backs. Handoff to Williams. Williams bounces it to the outside. He's got the first down. Flag on the play, however. That came in late in the area where you usually see a hold.
Just barely got the first down that time. He kind of took his time a little bit. And
wait and see what the call is here from the official. But it is holding. One of the rare penalties against Iowa Western. Instead of a first down, it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. Well, no, half the distance to the goal, 3rd and 8.
There you go.
So the Badger defense needs to hold here. Now we've got a timeout.
Coach Zach, just an official timeout, talking about something there.
Maybe an explanation to Coach Zach Erikson, excuse me. So a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 8. Trip split wide to the left for Watson, the quarterback. Watson back to pass, has some time, wants to run now. Breaks out of the pocket, stops up, looks downfield.
Stepped out of bounds.
And he did step out of bounds. Wow. And that's a break for him because he retreated into the end zone.
Yeah.
He was dangerously close to getting a safety.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what he was thinking.
That was close to putting 2 points for the Badgers there. You're right.
Let's watch this replay again as it comes to this near side. And there was a defender right in his face.
He was going to lay him out in the end zone.
I think it was very fortunate that he got called for going out of bounds.
Badger defense again. Can't give him enough credit here. The offense really struggling here in this second half, but the Badger defense these last few drives have done a great job. Got to hand it to them.
6:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Badgers down 20-13. Punt situation from the end zone. Badgers look like they might be bringing pressure. Right up the middle, a low line drive kick away from the return man.
I think he can get...
And he lets it roll. And it's going to come to rest at the 46-yard line.
Looked like Tyreek Carter might be able to catch that off that first bounce and get 5 or 10 yards, but unfortunately not able to do that. And it does roll into Badger territory just a bit, down to the 46. Badgers still a good field. They've had good field position these last 3 or 4 possessions.
Last possession at their own 49, this one at their 46, but unable to get any points on the board. Their best drive actually started at their own 6-yard line, and that's what started on flipping the field here. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Soft coverage outside.
That's what I keep mentioning, and
boy.
I mean, they're off 10 yards.
Yeah, quick pass, get 6 yards.
No gain, maybe a gain of a yard. A lot of celebration by Iowa Western.
Look at that coverage.
On both sides.
Yeah.
They're 10 yards off the wide receivers.
They're just keeping it in front of them. That Reivers defense is just saying we will bend a little bit, but we're not going to break, and they haven't this second half.
Pass, quick out, going to be caught, enough for the first down, and there's another late hit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pushing him down, and he's already on the white. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like that from here, for sure.
So the Badgers pick up a first down and get into Reivers territory at the 44-yard line.
That's another Snow College.
I'd like to see a little slant and go out here to Shotomide King, have him fake that slant and then go up the field. Maybe a slant and then to a corner route away from that safety.
Yeah, the safeties are in the middle of the field. They're not helping to the outside at all. Pass to Pea'ua. Pea'ua hit right as he makes the catch, a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, that was that safety that stepped up on the tight end coming outside. Shotomide King tried a little double route on the outside, and great defense by the Reivers. There was nothing doing.
Second down.
And a good job by the safety to make that open field tackle on Pea'ua.
But I think if Shotomide King just runs a little button hook, you're going to get 10 yards pretty easily. A pretty easy pitch and catch. We'll see.
Second down and 9. Smith back to pass, looks to the left. There it is. Into the hands of Shotomide King, and he's got it. Pass is caught short of the first down, but a gain of about 7. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Big 3rd down here for the Badgers. Ball at the 36-yard line. Coming out is DJ Overstreet. Pea'ua checks back in. So Shotomide King at the near side of the field. On the far side is Amir Magruder and Wilson on a 3rd down.
For a little pass to that H-back coming out.
Handoff to Tillman, and Tillman does not get the first down. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Badgers have really struggled trying to run the ball against this Iowa Western defense.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to run this second half. That's, yeah, you got to throw that. You got to throw that. Maybe even a little pass. Have that H-back, Pea'ua, on that right side, just sneak out right at the sticks, dump it to him, move the sticks, keep playing with 3 minutes left. I mean, obviously you're going to go for it here. I think the Badgers are probably going to let this time run down and then call timeout. I don't know about letting the time run down with 3 minutes. I mean, if you don't get this, you want to be able to get the ball back. If I was going to call this timeout, I would have called it 40 seconds ago.
Under 3 minutes to go here. Maybe you're thinking going for 2, but that's the first timeout by Snow College here in the game. We're under 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Badgers trail at 20-13. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining. Snow College Badgers trail at 20-13 as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Utah Heritage Credit Union for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans. And checking the coming out from the Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Do or die right here for the Badgers, 4th and 2.
Trips up to the top. You got soft coverage on the very top receiver, the furthest outside. Now they're going to move it up. Look at Jared Wilson out there. Got to go quick.
Pass right over the middle. Jared Wilson has enough for the first down at the 30-yard line. Donovan was under some pressure, but he stood in the pocket and delivered the strike to Jared Wilson, who just sat down in that zone and able to pick up the first down. Keep this drive alive. 2:35 remaining, fourth quarter. So the Badgers going to, well, that's looking way too far ahead. You got to get in the end zone first, the Mountain America Credit Union end zone. 1st and 10 from the 30. Donovan back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, and is sacked.
Yeah. Just 4 defenders on the line, and I think you're going to see Snow call a timeout. 4 defenders on the line were able to get to him. Or is there a flag on the field?
I don't see one.
I don't know what this stoppage of play is. What are they doing? Oh, holding on the outside. Okay, so you had I was watching Io Shatamai King because they brought up that Reivers defensive back, and Shatamai King wanted to get around him, and he hung on to Shatamai King and didn't let him get around him. They didn't give him that soft pressure that you've been seeing a lot this second half, and so that's defensive holding against the Reivers.
Wow. That is huge.
Benefit to the Badgers.
Yeah, instead of a big loss, you pick up the first down with the penalty, and you're right on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10. Donovan Smith back to pass, looks to the left, throws to the left of the end zone. Io Shatamai King goes up for it, knocked away. Good defensive effort out there by Legend Doggett.
Yeah, Legend was the one who had that penalty on the last play, came back, good defense that time. The ball was a little bit tall. I don't know what the white hat just said.
Reset the clock to something?
Well, maybe they let it keep running after an incomplete pass. But anyway, a little bit too tall for Shatamai King that time, but good defense by the Reivers. Jared Wilson in tight that time. He's this time.
Handoff to Overstreet. Tries the jet sweep. Not much there. Turns it back and picks up decent yardage.
I think that ball bounced off the ground.
It did. And again, I don't understand the spot. He comes to rest at about the 11-yard line, and they mark it clear back to the 14.
I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, what is with that spot? Wow.
3rd and 4.
That replay was pretty clear, I think, wasn't it?
I thought it was.
Wow.
3rd and 4, the Badgers inside the 15-yard line. Big third down here, under a minute to go. Donovan back to pass. Pressured, throws to the end zone, got a man. Oh, and he quit looking for it.
Lost it, I think.
Jared Wilson.
I think he lost that in the lights. Yeah. I think it might have been over his head anyway there, Gary, even if he would have been able to jump for that. But I think he lost that one in the lights. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know. He might have been able to go up and get that one.
Another 4th down here for the Badgers.
Yeah, and if I'm the Badgers, I call a timeout and draw up my best play that I can. You got 2 timeouts left. There's a minute left. If you don't get this,
and actually Iowa Western has helped them out, and they take their last timeout.
Yeah, if you don't get this, you're not going to stop the clock with a minute left.
Right. So this is another Central Valley Medical Center timeout. If you're having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee, check out the new ROSA knee robotic technology at CVMC. Call 435-623-3200. We're going to keep it right here as Iowa Western has the lead 2013 over the Snow College Badgers with a minute and 4 seconds remaining. The Badgers have a 4th and 4 from the, 14-yard line? So they've got to get to the 10, inside the 10, to get a first down here.
Quick pass. That's what we've been talking about all night, Gary. I'd love to see a quick pass. One of those receivers, just run a little slant, have something over the middle. Donovan Smith hasn't had a lot of time to pass. The Reivers defensive line are really good. Those guys are as good as there is in the NJCAA on the defensive line, and then when they bring that linebacker blitz as well. So Donovan's got to get this off quick. Badger crowd is up and loud.
I would look for Pea'ua right over the middle. If he can get past the line. A minute 4 remaining. Badgers look to the sidelines. 10 seconds on the play clock. And the Badgers are going to take a timeout now as well. We'll take this timeout and go for a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with more right after this.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
Welcome back. 1:04 remaining in this great ball game. The Badgers led it for a little over a half a ball game. It was Iowa Western taking the lead, their first lead of the game at the 10-16 mark in the third quarter. We have not had a score in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Both defenses have really stepped up big and really with short fields. Iowa Western had the ball at the Badger or at their own 45 and then the Badger 43, and the Badgers forced them to punt. But here it's do or die, 4th and 4 from the 14-yard line. Spencer Lambert to the left of Donovan Smith. Sure. Iowa Western showing blitz. Now they back off. Into the end zone. Got a man out there. Pass is caught. No, he dropped it.
Oh, boy, that looked pretty. Is that Wilson out there?
That is Wilson. They say he dropped it.
Oh, boy, that was a pretty catch if he would have pulled that in. Oh, I want to see this replay. Donovan put it right where he needed to. Darn it. Yeah, and we missed that play on the replay, unfortunately. But, it looked like... Oh, that looked pretty. Yeah, that's a shame. Badgers are gonna not come away with this one.
So the Badgers turn it over on downs at the 14-yard line. And the Badgers only have one timeout here. So Iowa Western just has to snap it and take a knee.
So I'm wondering if did he bobble it and step out of bounds as he was bobbling it maybe?
I don't think he was ever out of bounds.
Okay, so Jared Wilson had to go up high and get that when he came down on his back. But from here it looked like he had it. The official's right on top of it. I'm not saying he's wrong.
I'm not sure why it was incomplete.
Right, because it looked good. And the Badgers thought it was good. And, yeah...
So the number 5 Snow College Badgers are going to drop a heartbreaker here at home to the number 2 team in the nation, Iowa Western Reivers. The Badgers will take their last time out with 54 seconds remaining. But the Badgers go an entire half without getting any points on the board.
Yeah, after 13 points there in the first half, and really their offense looking much better than the Reivers offense in that first half, and just not able to figure it out here in the second half.
And just coming up short. So Iowa Western makes the travel out to Snow College, the number 2 team in the nation, and they're able to come away with a huge win. That's going to solidify their number 2 ranking. How far do the Badgers drop?
Should they? I mean,
they shouldn't,
but I get it.
I guarantee they will.
Yeah, they will, because you'll have 1-loss teams that'll be ahead of them, and Badgers will now have 2 losses. But my gosh, you just played the defending national champions to a game that a tough call in the end zone that probably would have tied up the game. So I don't know. And let's hope cooler heads prevail here. Okay,
looks going to have one more snap of the ball here.
Yeah,
possibly. Yep, there they reset it. So the Badgers drop a heartbreaker, 20-13 to Iowa Western. The Badgers are at home the entire month of October. Next week, the Badgers will be hosting Air Force Prep on the 21st, Pacific Northwestern Christian College. And on the 28th, they will host Lackawanna College, who is ranked in the top 15. Then they finish off the season on the road to Garden City and Monroe College. So a tough one here. The Badgers had the number 2 team on in the nation on the ropes and just could not find a way to come away with the win. Final thoughts, Greg. Let's take a break. Yeah. I'll give you a chance to collect your thoughts here. And when we come back, we're going to have the San Pete Steel Steelman of the game and the Little Caesars player of the game. We'll have that for you coming up as we check that Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard once again. Iowa Western 20, Snow College Badgers 13. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I'm Lizzie from the Food Nanny. I recently got a My Style checking account. It's a perfect blend of rewards and convenient benefits. I love that sound. And now My Style checking has new features like mobile phone protection, 24/7 telehealth, and my favorite, restaurant discounts. Get the only checking account you truly need and see what's new with My Style at macu.com.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome back once again to Ephraim, Utah, Snow College campus. Gary Chedester and Greg Sterner with you as the Badgers drop a heartbreaker to the number 2 team in the nation, the Iowa Reivers, Iowa Western Reivers. And some thoughts here. We got to come up with a steel man of the game. Steel man of the game and player of the game.
Right? Sanpete Steel?
Sanpete Steel is sponsoring the Steel Man of the Game. One of the major steel fabricators in the Intermountain West, Sanpete Steel, supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence. I got an idea.
Who's going to make the final decision? I think it's you. So I'm going to throw them out. You're going to make the final decision?
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
And while you're thinking, the Little Caesars player of the game. So the Steel Man of the game, usually we go with somebody that makes a tough, gritty play. That's the definition of it. But by default, I kind of go with an offensive player or defensive player of the game for Steel Man of the game, and offensive for player of the game. But Little Caesars is our sponsor for the player of the game. Little Caesars is fresh pizza fast from classic hot and ready to deep dish hula Hawaiian. Make a pit stop at Little Caesars.
2 guys I'm going to give you for the Steel Man of the game first.
Steel Man of the game first?
No, I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3.
I'm good with that.
I'm going to give you DeQueen Petty.
Okay.
9 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for loss. Dude was in on everything tonight.
I agree.
Guy and when he hits you, he hits you. There's no, pulling him down by the shoestrings. I mean, he lays you out. David Sturzer.
Okay.
No relation.
to Sterner? Yeah, I would
David
hope not.
Sturzer. He's 7 tackles, had a tackle for loss. And I'm going to say also Brian Cuthbertson, another kid that had a lot of good tackles, 7 tackles as well for him. You called his name a lot. He was in on a lot of tackles, those 3 guys. Any of them could be Steel Man of the game, and you wouldn't be robbing anybody if any of them got it.
Right. I'm going to throw one other one out there just so maybe his parents hear his name or something. I thought Alex Clark. Stepped in at that
first play of the game,
and he stepped in at that cornerback position in the place of now I'm having a moment. The injured Trammell Wright, and so he got thrown in the mix. But
Stockton Bramwell with an interception.
Yep. I agree with you. DeQueen Petty, he played an outstanding game.
Yep.
So I'm going to go. I'm agree with you, and that was your first pick, and I'm with you. DeQueen Petty, our Steel Man of the game. So Sanpete Steel hoodie. Sanpete Steel is done right and on time, and they've been supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence for many years now, thanks to Sanpete Steel. Okay, our player of the game.
Jared Wilson.
I thought you were going to give me 2 or 3.
Period. That's you can decide, Gary, but that my opinion. Jared Wilson, that kid had a great game. 7 catches, 92 yards. I mean, Donovan Smith, if you wanted to look at Donovan, the quarterback, I think he took pressure, didn't throw any picks.
Right.
Didn't turn the ball over. He was on the numbers on those quick routes. I don't know. Maybe they were called and he didn't throw them like he should have, but I think I would have liked to have seen even more of those plays because he did so well. And I don't know if that's him. I don't know if it's the coordinators. I don't know. But I thought he had a good game too. But Jared Wilson, 7 catches, 92 yards, a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 touchdowns. Well, who knows?
Well,
I don't know if Snow, if you ever see their like huddle camera or their game film that they do.
I will be able to see that on Monday.
I would like to see that catch. Yeah, you should see that and text me because it looked good down there in the corner of the end zone.
All right, player of the game, Jared Wilson. Congratulations, Jared. We're going to get him a Little Caesars gift certificate. Thanks to Little Caesars for fresh pizza fast from classic hot and ready to deep dish hula Hawaiian. Make a pit stop at Little Caesars. So Jared Wilson, our player of the game. DeQueen Petty, our steel man of the game. Greg, a tough loss here. Season's not over. Who knows what's going to happen with the rankings? I'm not going to be surprised if the Badgers drop all the way to maybe 12, which I don't think is right.
Crazy.
You're losing to the number 2 team in the nation.
I hope not.
But it's at home.
Yeah.
You lose by 7. I'm not going to be surprised if it goes that low. You've still got 4 very big games. You've got Lackawanna at home. You've got Monroe on the road. You've got Air Force Western or Air Force Prep. So you got 2 games that probably don't mean anything. You got to have big blowouts there, but you got to finish tough on the road with Monroe and Lackawanna, I guess, is at home as well. Yeah. But two tough ones on the road to Garden City. That's the other one.
Yep. In November, those 2 road trips in November. Snow seems to get a little bit of a benefit of the doubt sometimes. You know, if they lose a game or 2, they'll be ahead of other teams that have lost a game or 2 because of their reputation, because of the years that Snow's been good. So if a 2-loss team were to make the playoffs, Snow would be right in the race for that.
I would think so.
It's tough to make it as with only 4 teams, with those Mississippi schools, with Hutchinson never loses, Iowa Western never loses. So I mean, it's going to be really tough with 2 losses, but you just got to go out and win and see what happens.
Agreed. Thanks for joining us. It's good to have you back in the booth with me. It's good to be back at home after those 2 road games. But the Badgers lose a tough one here. Again, 2013 is your final score, and we will be back on the air next week. Pregame show at 6:30 as the Badgers host Air Force Prep. Thanks for joining us for Badger football action on KMTI AM 650 and on youtube.com/SnowBadgerTV. For the Snow College student crew that we have, thanks for joining us. Have a pleasant weekend, everyone.
You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMT. You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMTI, the sports leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger sports on KM.